at me, fellas. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Molverine, along with my magical, lifelong, hetero life partners, Head in it, Yar, Higo.
It's good to be magical.
Yes.
Hello.
And the super magical, infamous Slab 2 weeks.
What's up, fellas? Hijacking.
Oh, boy. Okay, go for it.
Green Tides the other day was like, I can't believe you guys didn't say Slave 311. I was like, it was a missed opportunity.
Huh?
Slave 2 weeks, Slave 311? No? You're not going to give it to him? I thought that was pretty good.
God, not getting that.
All right.
Because that's episode 311?
Yeah, it's episode 311. Amber's the color of your energy. Remember that?
I mean...
Oh, yeah, by the way, thanks for giving me that earworm all week.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What,
You're welcome.
What, Amber? Oh, you're very welcome for that. That's what we do best.
Anyways, hi.
Folks, this week we've got a very special guest, longtime listener, longtime fan, Karl Aguilar. Did I pronounce that right?
Sure.
No.
Well, how do you pronounce it?
In America, we say Aguilar.
Aguilar.
Okay.
Aguilar.
Yeah, whatever.
That's a death, my man.
Aguilar.
Anyway,
Aguilar.
it is a I'll take a death for that. I'd gladly take a death.
Yeah, just
for
like
that.
a capital U, Aguilar, but there's a million
Aguilar.
ways to say it.
Anyway, Karl, great to have you on the show. As I said before, we're very excited that you came on and that you're here. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Indeed. As per usual, with the exception of the Stallones, we always let the guests pick the film. And Karl has chosen the 1985 Western classic Silverado, starring Kevin Costner, Scott Glenn, Kevin Kline, freaking Brian Dennehy, the shout-out Mapes, Chad, just for
Dude,
you.
shout
We got
out
Linda
Mapes,
Hunt in
dog.
this movie, right? We got Amanda Weiss in this movie from Better Off Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, my God, the list goes on. Brian James, all these fantastic actors. Let's kick it off with some high-level guests. Would you like to go first?
I'd rather let you guys go first.
Can do. Chad, why don't you go first?
First time seeing this one. I think I'd heard of it in passing, maybe. I don't know. We were talking in the green room a little bit about my Luke Skywalker, you fucking inbredness to Westerns. And I don't know. I think maybe just to kind of high lev off of that, it was less that I didn't like Westerns and more that I just was kind of into other shit. I think we've talked about that a little bit. I was like, I want to see science fiction. And so that it's a space Western. So I don't know. I was too dumb to know that there was much of a difference. That there wasn't much of a difference. So I don't know. I think this one, I was intrigued by the cast before going in. I tend to not look too deeply into stuff before watching it, but just had seen Danny G, Kevin Kline, all the people that you maybe would and would not expect. John Cleese. And the first the opening scene really gets you going, dude. The Swiss cheese in the shack thing, that was fucking cool as shit. So it really kind of it kind of caught me well, and definitely found myself in the nostalgia for these legendary humans in their prime, that piece. And then I get interrupted by my kids 650 times, so that kind of took the wind out of the middle of the movie a little bit. But I came back around, and it was very Western tropey, which then after the fact you discover that it was very, very much on purpose. And so it was just super solid romp all around, tightly paced and great.
Who would like to go next? Ben, you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this one, so it was good to catch up on it again. It's got a friggin' legendary cast. I mean,
Totally.
just outstanding.
Pretty fucking good.
Great cast. It was interesting to see. At least I feel like a couple people played against like their usual type. I'm thinking
Yeah.
like, Kevin Kline being mostly serious, and like Kevin Costner being like kind of a silly jackass,
Yeah.
Totally, man.
Like you never see him like that. I was like, damn, I'm so used to seeing Costner be sort of just bland and stoic, so it was interesting to see him like playing against type there.
Totally.
I ultimately ended up enjoying the hell out of it. I was a little like, what the hell is going on here for a while?
A little bit.
Like it.
Okay, so it
kinda-
wasn't just me.
It kind of meanders and sort of just, like it sort of coalesces in a very organic way and sort of takes its time getting there. And it's like, like Chrissy Snaps and I were like, what's, should be like, is it me or like, is this like, I'm confused. I was like, no, I'm confused too, but I don't think like, I think you're supposed to be like, they're all sort of like, heading towards Silverado and like everything sort of coalesces when they get there. And that's like where the meat of the movie happens. Like they come up against Dennehy and his posse of, evil sheriffs and the evil, like, ranchers and all that stuff. And it's like, that's where like the big showdown's going to happen. So yeah, it was a little like, huh? I mean, it was enjoyable, but I was a little like, what's going on for a while? And then like, it all really comes together well in the end, I think. So, yeah, very enjoyable.
Good. Great high
Cast
level.
alone is worth it.
Totally.
Oh my God, right. Carl, you want to go next or you want to go last?
I'll go last.
Okay, doke. I had the same experience as Ben and Chris in that
And me.
in the middle, and Chad too. Well, I thought that was kind of because of your kids until I heard Benny say that. But like,
no, I forgot.
I was
to
kind of
mention
like,
that. I was like, I didn't.
I was
really
like,
understand.
yeah, I was being very hard on myself. Actually, I was like, dude, don't fragment the watch if you don't have to, right? Because I started it last night and I had to finish it today, and I had time and all that, and I was watching it on the bigger screen and this, that, and the third, and like I was still like, why am I confused? How did we get from like C to D, like that kind of thing? So I'm glad that it wasn't just me. Aside that, and we can kind of unpack that later. I had never seen this one. So when it came out, I remember seeing like the commercial for it. And I was like, oh man. But at the time I was like Chad, I was like, Star Trek, that kind of thing. And like, and then of course, cut to 10 years later, I'm like, dude, Tombstone is the greatest movie ever made. You know what I mean? And that was really when I really got into Westerns, when that and Wyatt Earp came out. And then I, cut to many years later, I was like, oh, Silverado, I've got to watch that. I got to, that one's in my imaginary hopper. I got to watch that. Well, I never got around to watching it. So when you suggested it, Carl, I was really glad because I really wanted to dig in and get a hold of this movie, man, because I am a fan of Pale Rider, which came out the same year and is one of, in my opinion, Clint Eastwood's best ones. And I loved it, despite a little bit of convolution in the middle. Like the acting was superb, Lawrence Kasdan. I'm already a huge fan of Wyatt Earp, so he's no stranger to Westerns. He's done a lot of ensemble type movies, and he does really good with ensemble type movies, I think. So this was really, really good, man. I loved it. Like Ben said, the cast alone is worth the price of admission, man, especially seeing Costner before he was a star. And, again, acting against type as he did, also, like Ben said, Kevin Kline in a kind of a more serious, kind of stoic role than his sort of ditzy goofiness that he does in a lot of his films, which is not me ragging on him in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, man. In fact, I went back and started watching some parts again, trying to see, if I was like, wait, is this convoluted or is this just me? So,
Or like
I'll just
missing
kinda
a
leave it there
line
for
that
now.
would have explained it, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No. So for me, it's so my dad was a huge Westerns fan.
Nice.
I grew up watching them
Me
with
too.
him. And so for me, this movie was like a, hey, Beastmaster's on situation.
Nice.
Because he liked a lot of the really, really old Westerns and they were fine, whatever. But this was one that it was like for him, it was one of his introduction to like the modern Western. Right. And and this one actually helped bring Westerns back onto the market, but he watched it all the time. It was probably in the end, he used to say it was his favorite movie. And so we would watch it together all the time. And I like that was my childhood. And then over the years, I would watch it randomly, like every couple of years, I'd watch it, and I was always surprised at like how good the general dialogue was, because you got Kasdan, right? Like he's such a great director. The one thing about this movie is it's 2 hour something runtime, and it's hard for me to watch. It's a lot of movie, and like you said, you guys got kind of lost. There's just not. It's just like here's a scene. It's almost like they kind of storyboarded some scenes, and like getting from one to the other. It's like, I don't know. I guess you guys said like talking about like dead rails and stuff. You're just like really watching them ride across the country, and you're like, this is a lot of movie. And maybe some tight editing. I'm not saying anything wrong with the movie, but like maybe some editing would help with that, right?
No, I think the issue was the editing, but we'll get into that later. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe a little tightening up. Yeah,
yeah. And what's sad is
just a smidge.
Yeah, I mean, maybe half an hour, 15 minutes. But what's sad is that you didn't get a whole lot of anyone but the guys, right? Like there was supposed to be like a love interest story they cut out and stuff like that. Like for me, it was one of those ones that I could watch with my dad, so I always loved it. And I liked it more than the old Westerns, but it's like a little tip of the hat to the old Westerns.
Yeah.
It's not the gritty, dirty, like remakes of 310 to Yuma or like True Grit. Or that, like, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but like the dusty, like crazy flies on your eyes proposition. Like, it's not one of those, which they're awesome. I mean, those are fantastic. Yes. I love them. It's, it's just, I mean, dude wrote Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
there's a popcorn
also
element.
Jedi. So like you can just see that sort of DNA.
Yeah.
You can. I agree.
Totally.
So that's why I always liked it, but I kind of thought it might be my Airborne.
No. I mean, it's probably not as good as Airborne for Kev,
quite an honor.
It's way fucking better than Airborne.
It's definitely better than Airborne. Even I'll admit that.
I was listening to an interview with Barry Diller, who I didn't really know anything about. I guess he's like a TV guy that kind of like bought fucking Home Shopping Network in its heyday and like launched the Fox network and like greenlit The Simpsons and shit, or like whatever. And he had a little moment where he was talking to the interviewer about kind of like not working with decisions off of data, but just going off of gut. And someone came to him with an idea of like making a miniseries. There wasn't miniseries on TV at that stage. And he was just like, yeah, I thought of it like a novel on TV. And it was like, there's no limit to the time on TV. So why not just have a multiple part thing? And kind of just greenlighting that budget to like try a miniseries. And it was just kind of interesting to hear like the heyday when it was like the first time anyone had ever kind of greenlit that kind of thing. And I feel like this would be a 3-parter on Amazon or Netflix nowadays, and it would have been given the room for the Arquette, thread and all that kind of shit. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about this. Like, I think they did a really good job. And I think it is 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag just because of how much they were trying to cram in, but it didn't bother me at all. Like, I don't know. I kind of like that I was confused in the middle. You don't know everything that's going to happen. You already know all of the Western tropes are going to be hit here. So like the fact that there was a little bit of confusion, I think kind of maybe helps a little bit in a weird way.
Yeah, I can get down with that. Sure.
Like it didn't,
I mean,
bum me out.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
The confusion really for me was like, where is this going? Like, it was kind of aimless, or it felt aimless for a while. And then like it kind of like it coalesced and picked up steam.
Yeah.
Like, by the third act or, by the end of the second act or whatever. But
then you get an ending really and then you get another ending.
Yeah.
20 minutes later.
Yes.
That's true. You do.
But it's also like aimless is one thing. Like I'm down with an aimless movie, but it was aimless. And then they would have that, I guess it was McKendrick. I think they would have Ray Barker come in and it's like, oh, okay, there's the baddie that they have to get, the corrupt rancher dude. But he's just like just like sprinkled in a little bit here and a little bit there, and then it's like not until later that it's like there is a showdown with the rancher.
That was it. That was the setup. The setup was poor on that, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, okay. All of a sudden I was like, oh wait, this is the bad guy.
I still don't know why that guy was such a prick.
Yeah, in the beginning I was like, I was waiting for John Cleese to come back and do some final form situation. You know what I mean? Which he doesn't do.
Yeah.
And then, like, in the beginning, and Cobb is like, hey, I'm Cobb. What's up? Let's go get a coffee. And then later on, he's like, kill them all.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking Dennis.
He's like, we don't like drifters around here.
Exactly. Just wanted a fucking sandwich, man. I mean, yeah, 100% it was aimless. And then it was like confusion about McKendrick. And it's like, it's just implied that he's just a corrupt bastard, I guess. And that's.
Well, he just wants there's a line in there. He basically wants all the land to free graze all his cattle.
Yeah.
And so it's, the movie it has a feel, and the feel is kind of awesome. And there's some great lines in there, but the overall story is basically a Scooby-Doo.
Sure.
It is.
It's like a Scooby-Doo story. And like, Kevin Costner and all those guys come over and pull his mask off.
Yeah, Cobb, let's see who you really are.
Yeah, and it's John Cleese.
Saloon doors, like
right. It's John Cleese the entire time, dressed up like Brian Dennehy. Totally. Right. I mean,
I'm here for it. I feel like this is a multi-watch, a multi-pass. Like I feel like it's like I imagine that you just kind of grow real fond over time. Like you said, you watch it with your pops a whole bunch, and then watch it every couple of years. Yeah. So I feel like it would be very HBO.
Yeah, I mean the story's super simple, and that's the thing. And it's just like multiple times they just give you the same. Like they're like everyone's teaming up, they meet, and then
old school Avengers.
Glover gets kicked out of town, and then like they get chased out of town, right? And like Cleese is like, it's like we gotta whatever, like the whatever the guy's like, he's not hitting anything, and he's like, you idiot, he's hitting everything he's shooting at, whatever.
Yeah.
And like then the guy, it's like a bunch of scenes of the guys getting back together, and that same theme song, like over and over
which
again.
Was a pretty sick theme.
Totally. Yeah. Right.
Do you think your dad what do we considered it his favorite movie because it hits all of the tropes and it's just like the most comforting of Western-y stuff?
Yeah, I think for him it was it hit every single trope. It scratched all the itches for him because you get these scenes. You get it was, like Kasdan didn't want it to be a super gory modern Western, or there wasn't a modern Western. Didn't want to be super gory because he knew kids were going to be there. So for him, it was just like it scratched every cowboy itch for him, like a Western itch. And it also included a cast that he really liked because like he was, like he liked movies like Lethal Weapon and stuff like that. So
yeah, totally.
It was also a generational change as well. So for your dad, being our parents' age, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you were getting a lot of Western actors that had done tons of Western productions in the past in their heyday. And now they were playing the older characters as they were kind of phasing out. And we were getting, some of these newer young actors coming in like Scott Glenn and Danny Glover and so forth. So it's like kind of one of those movies too, because like you got James Gammon and you got all these like major league old timers that I'm not even really super familiar with. Excuse me. That's it.
Yeah, totally. Do you have something in there, Benny?
Yeah, let me pop in really quick before we move on from the subject. I wanted to ask Carl if his dad was excited about Danny Glover's Henry rifle as my dad was.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
no, it's I mean, it's cool. It's super cool.
It is cool.
It is cool. It's very
cool.
I distinctly like we probably watched this a couple times back in the day, and my dad also was a big Western guy, and I just like the one thing that sticks out of my head was him being like, that fucking Henry rifle, I
love that. But it's the kind of thing like nowadays where I'll like pause a show or a movie that I'm watching and be like, no, you don't understand, Ethan. That rifle is, and he's just like, okay,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
I kind of love that thing too. It's like the father-son moment where you're like, as a dad, you're trying to be like, no, dude, like this is, we watched like episode 4. Me and him and Hannah like watched it like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago for the first time because his buddy at school had watched episode 1 and was like, we need to watch the first episode. So I was like, fine, and then,
oh God.
And then we watched episode 4 and it was just like, certain moments of the movie, you're like, no, dude, like he fought in the Clone Wars, dude. He's like, I don't care, Dad.
Yeah, totally, man. You know what that reminds me of, Chad, is that scene in Falling Down when Michael Douglas goes into the army surplus store and the guy brings him in the back and he's like freaking out about the cans of empty mustard gas. He's like, this was actually used.
Exactly.
And Michael Douglas is like, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
That's your kid. You're the
pretty
guy
much,
in the store, dude.
I'm the mustard gas
Totally.
dude, no doubt about it. Yeah. But I can totally get behind the freaking out about the rifle here, man. I don't know. There's just something like Red Ryder BB gun. You're going to shoot your eye out about like the action of the
Definitely.
shotguns and like the 6-shootery shit. Like it's just, I don't know. I get why it
you
was
got
so
that.
beloved.
When Danny Glover saves Scott Glenn, man, I mean, that's a hot little scene, dude. You know,
No
like
doubt.
you got Jeff Fahey's running over him with a horse, right? And now we saw what the equivalent of what that would actually do in American Primeval, if anybody caught that, which
Not
was
yet.
an
I haven't,
excellent,
but I haven't
excellent
seen it.
Western. Carl, I would imagine you probably saw that when that kid got his leg broken, all that sort of stuff from the horse running over him. But he's like getting run over, and Danny Glover shows up on the top of that little mound, dude, and he just takes those dudes down. He's so fast with that rifle. It was great.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest ones.
I was not like Ethan, where I was like, "What? I don't fucking care, Dad." I was
Sure.
like, I to this day kind of have a fetish for lever action rifles. Like,
Fair enough.
Because of that, yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Like I don't own any guns, but like I will have a fucking lever action rifle before I kick the bucket.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to get it
Damn
in there.
right, dude.
No,
Damn
and
right.
I got a little personal nugget about that scene.
Ooh.
So, and shout out to Danny Glover. So about say 8 months ago, Danny Glover came into my shop, and I was, no, super cool. And I was looking at him, and he just looked like a regular guy, but I'm like, it's Danny Glover. I'm playing it
Danny
cool.
Glover.
And he wanted to talk about burgers. You know, first he needed a vacuum fix, whatever, but like he also wanted to talk about like best place to get burgers. And so we're chatting about that for a bit, and I'm like, "You want me to give you directions where that is?" And he's like, "Don't." He's like, "Oh no, San Francisco. You don't need to tell me." I was like, "Whoa, that was a very Murtaugh voice." Anyway, I played it cool. He left, and then I saw him sitting out on the hood of his car, and I was like, "Fuck this! I don't care." I went out there, and I was like, "Dude, I don't want to bother you." I tried to be cool in the store because I didn't want a lot of people, but I just want to say thanks. Like, thanks for, basically my whole childhood. It was like Silverado's my dad and my favorite Western together. And he turns and he just instantly turned it on. He goes, "Now I don't want to kill you and you don't want to be dead." And I was like,
Whoa, dude. He
And then
remembered the
chatting
line, too.
He ended up chatting me for a long, long time.
That's
and what was
awesome.
funny, like I, helped him out, whatever. And he had this, you guys would have loved it. It was a shitbox car, like 1980s
Nice.
old, like station wagon thing. And the thing is, he'd been walking around a bunch, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "my knees are killing me." He's like, "Really killing me." And I was like, "You can't say it. You can't say it." But I was wanted to be like, "Would you say? Would you say?"
Would you say you're getting too old?
You getting too old for the shit?
On a scale of
That is
1 to
great.
getting too old for this shit, where would you say you are?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Well, I'm getting too old for this." The shit part,
The shit part, I don't
depends
know
on
where
what
you got
universe you're
that
in.
from.
That is great, man. Wow, what a great real life
I
nugget
love that.
and encounter, man.
Yeah, no, he was
Jesus.
super
Very
cool guy.
cool.
I remember chatting with you about the vacuum bit, but I love the Silverado piece. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a fair number of stars come in. I just kind of pretend like they're nobody, but I was like, "Fuck this, Danny Glover. I'm gonna
Danny G.
talk to Danny Glover."
Totally, man. Right?
Well, and I feel like you mentioned Adam Savage would come in from time to time, or maybe once, and I feel like if he did that, there's no like thanks for all the fish, man. It's just like go over to him and you can talk about your washer drawer for half an hour. Like, hey, this washer is a 316.
That dude is
stainless
as big a
washer.
nerd
You know
as
what I
we
mean?
are,
Like,
man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
yeah. I keep seeing some car in the city, and it's painted all Wayland Utani, and it gotta be his car.
Convinced it's
I mean, it's
his.
painted. It's like
Oh, you know
can see
it,
the
dude.
you can see the gloss over the Wayland Utani stickers. It's not
Yes.
stickers;
Yeah.
it's paint. And it's like it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got to be, man.
It's definitely him. There'll be a video about it soon.
Right?
Now,
He's like the only person that would and has the resources to do something like that and the know-how to do it himself.
I'm surprised that this thing didn't do well. Maybe at the time it makes sense, but nowadays I think it would do way better just because it's like it's super accessible as a Western. like you said, it's not
Super
gritty
accessible.
and it hits all of the tropes. So it's like a popcorny Western. So you would have thought that it would have been a lot more
Sure.
approachable to the broader audience. You know, maybe people were just super bored of Westerns at this stage, or I guess it hadn't relaunched the Western as a, you know, comeback story or whatever. But like, it really surprises me because it's like a lot of fun, man. The opening scene especially,
Well,
just,
it
like, gets you
is.
in the mood, you know.
This movie's weird. It's like this was the movie, at least they say that this kind of reignited like people's love of Westerns. And Carl, I'd love to hear what you think about this. While it, you know, in a period where Westerns were like, the popularity of Westerns was absolutely in the toilet, right? But the weird thing is that it didn't do well at the box. So it was like people got stoked about Westerns kind of after the fact.
It took one for
of
the
this,
team to
you know?
relaunch Westerns or something.
Yeah,
Would you say that's about accurate?
Yeah, well, no, I mean that's what I read, and it does
Yeah.
seem to track. I think the thing is, it's just if Westerns weren't doing well, you know, who knows? Maybe Pale Rider helped kick this one off too. You know, but
That's
once
true.
it hit like VHS and whatever HBO or whatever it played on, then it became a cult classic. So
Yeah.
Totally.
and so yeah, I'm assuming it's probably just hard for people to warm up. They're like, I'm not going to go see a Western. I'm going to go see. I mean, what else came out in that year? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a
Pale
whole bunch
Rider?
of shit.
Oh man.
And yeah, and Pale Rider definitely would have had the draw because I mean, even if Westerns were trailing off, I mean, Clint, you know, he had a huge following. So
True.
and all of a sudden you have this Western with a cast that, you know, like Kevin Costner had done one movie, which was what was that? Whatever, Kasdan's other
The
film.
it was the Big Chill.
The Big
but
Chill,
got
and he
cut
didn't
out of
even
it.
end up on
Yeah.
the screen. He
Yeah,
just
right.
played a dead body that was cut.
That's
from the
right.
scene. And then I think those other guys were still kind of up and coming. I guess Scott Glenn wasn't though. And actually Danny was. I think actually it was Costner was the only one who wasn't like a huge star.
I was just looking, ejecting for the Letterboxd in 1985, Back to the Future, Breakfast Club, Goonies, Clue, Brazil, which didn't do well, I don't think, Color Purple, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So like Back to the Future probably stole the living shit out of everyone's sales that year. So yeah, okay, it makes sense. It's a bummer though. Like I feel like I don't know, it didn't get what it was due, but I'm glad it's a cult classic at least. Like it got love from the right people. It just didn't make any money.
I mean, yeah, and it's one of those ones that like my buddies at work and stuff. It's constantly quotable. You got things like Kevin Kline making out with a horse, and the guy's like, he's like,
Totally.
he's like, how do I know it's your horse? He's like, can't you see this horse loves me? He's like, well,
Yeah.
I had a woman do that to me once, and it didn't make her my wife.
Yeah, that was a great fucking line, dude.
That was great. Yeah,
There was some really good
ones in
dialogue.
there.
I mean, yeah, Kasdan.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together. I was like, I recognize that name, and I didn't put two and two together about Empire and Jedi until I was like, of course. So it's kind of a death, really, but
Right.
yeah,
But
it was nice to see Cleese in a not super silly, but kind. I mean, I don't know. There was like nothing silly about Cleese, but I always assume he's silly even when he's not. I don't know. It's probably not just.
Not this
Sometimes
one.
John Cleese is the funniest when he's playing it straight.
Yeah, exactly.
it's true.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
You're like chuckling to yourself, waiting for the other
Yeah,
shoe
you
to
just,
drop,
like,
but
anything.
it kind of never
Anything,
does.
yeah. I mean, even just his like little tweedy suit, his like very like English tweedish kind of thing going on, and he had like a beard instead of the stash. Like I don't know, it was good.
Yeah, I'm
He
curious.
was also
That just to touch on it just a tiny bit, like the Danny Glover not being able to get whiskey and getting ridden out of town, and I am the law, John Cleese as Judge Dredd. That scene was kind of cool. I was into that.
Oh, there's an idea for you. Yeah.
yeah, and going back and drinking the shot
Yeah, slow.
that cost the price of a bottle. Apparently,
Yeah, exactly. But like,
Yeah.
fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, I was like, take the
Totally.
whole goddamn bottle, man.
Well, isn't that the one that they got broken? Didn't the dude break his bottle, or am I misremembering? It's like that's
No,
that's
you got it
bad
right.
fucking form.
It is bad form.
But I do like he breaks the bottle, and you're like, oh man, and he kind of has like an eyebrow moment where he's like, dude, that's my bottle, and then he grabs that like random ass fucking mermaid lamp or some shit, and is like Jackie
Yeah,
Channing around the fucking room. It's like okay,
Yeah.
it It was fucking great.
That was a good setup for meeting two other members of the Hero Society.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
great because they look at Danny Glover and they instantly size him up and know that he's going to be able to handle himself. And it's kind of awesome,
Right.
And he does. He like barely even moves.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, he was not threatened.
I think the secret sauce for me was the fact that the guys kept bumping, like the main characters kept bumping into each other and then trying to kind of go their separate ways, from time to time, like Kevin Kline not being willing to break out Kevin Costner and being like, all right, I'll see you around, man. But then they keep just getting smashed together until they are a crew. I think that's a really good decision from a story point of view.
I thought it was cool. It was kind of like, no, you guys should be working together,
Yeah.
Even though they keep kind of.
And Danny G saving their ass when they're leaving town and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're like we were talking about, and I think what the sort of flaw of the movie is, the one flaw, because there's everything here is right. It's that the edit was poor and the story's kind of convoluted because we get a lot of threads that just go kind of nowhere, like the Rosanna Arquette thread, and then sort of the thread with the ranch and his dad, but not so much. But there's a lot of side things that do happen, even if they don't go anywhere. Like there are threads that do end up going places, and there's a lot going on, right? It's more than just hey, let's go be heroes together. Like it's not as simple and boring as that. Like there's plenty of films like that. Like we get the side story with Danny Glover's dad and the land, and then the Rosanna Arquette thing, and there's other things that go on. Kevin Kline kind of leaves the group for a while to go work for Cobb, and that kind of sets up some other tensions later. It's I don't know, it's kind of interesting how all that happens. It's like there's a lot there, and then there's some shit that goes nowhere that makes it kind of messy, and it's like, again, a tighter edit would have.
Yeah, and it does kind of lend a lot of credence to the idea of it would make a great 3 or 4 parter.
Sure.
Because you could follow each story and then they all get pushed together in the end. And that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, I was going to say this before, but we kind of started going somewhere else, but I'll say it now. Now, I haven't seen all of it, but it is regarded by some of my other Western friends as some of the best ever. And that would be, of course, Lonesome Dove. So,
okay.
Which came out in the 80s, if I'm remembering correctly. And if you took this and you did gave it the Lonesome Dove treatment, even though those were adapted from, I believe, Louis L'Amour novels, if you did something similar with Silverado and gave it a 3-part limited series or a 4-part limited series, it could reach Lonesome Dove status with this cast.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And I think that would have been super interesting and cool.
What's crazy is I guess the original runtime was 3 hours. So we need the casting cut.
That's what when you said a minute ago they should have tightened the edit. I think the issue is actually they tightened it too much. They cut half an hour out of it. So I think what we're left with is a little bit Swiss cheesy, but
right.
I don't. Yeah, I think if
2
you
hours
had
and
the
13 minutes.
fucking Snyder cut, the slow motion Snyder cut of this, I think you'd get
Oh my
bored.
gosh.
Honestly, I think they probably did the best
I
they
do
could
too.
with what they had. But
I want to see Rosanna Arquette cutting weed for 20 minutes.
totally, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Totally, man. I'm with you. I love that you're calling out to our
That's
shows
good.
so deeply.
Yeah. What's funny is you guys took a hit for the team on that one. I didn't have to watch that movie, but
You
I know
did
what it's
not,
about.
and you should not ever watch that movie. I still haven't. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm going to ever bring myself to watch the extended versions. Benny, you probably did. Did you? Rebel Moon. All
Oh,
the extra
gosh.
shit.
I didn't watch the extended
I
ones.
can't
No,
do
the
it.
non-rated ones.
We watched the second part of it. That was it. None of
They
the other,
came out with the
none of
fucking
the other shit.
Snyder cuts of them.
and
I
it was
rather
even
drill a hole in my head.
more convoluted and silly. I think.
Ugh.
Um,
I got to be honest. I can't believe they made that deal with them for those movies. I'm sorry.
Everyone's trying to be like the next Star Wars or Game of Thrones. It's like they're throwing money at these mega franchises, hoping they take off like that. But
Right.
I'm glad they're taking swings. But fuck me, that was terrible. It was a whiff.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think like in an alternate universe, this is a 2 or
Trauma.
3-parter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't think any more lemonade could be made from the lemons of the footage. Like they cut it
No, and
down to its bare bones.
it's one of
I
those
think.
movies that like you know, you watch it enough times that like you can jump in at any point and watch like an hour of it, half an hour of it, and it's like walking up to a buffet table and you're like, oh cool, I'll have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it scratches those itches. It's like when you get to a hotel and Jaws is playing and you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch, what is this, the second half? I'll watch the second half.
Yeah.
I miss the world where we turned the TV on and caught shit midway or whatever. I kind of miss that.
What was it? We had a movie recently that one of us, it wasn't me, it was one of the two
It was
of you,
me.
had seen it like that.
It was the game.
You had seen it only, yeah.
I saw the last 4 minutes of the game, which spoiled the whole movie
300 times.
Yeah. No, like I went to my cousin's house after school and I like sat down and I was like, oh, they're not home yet. I'll watch some TV, and I turned it on. It was like, it's action. He sees dead people. The end. Okay, now watching the game again. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just watch that again. I was like, well, fucking ruin that movie.
Okie doke. I think there's another thing too going on with the Hey Beastmasters on thing. I think there's an effect there, and I started touching on this like a week or two ago, where it's like you would turn on the cable and nothing would be on, and of the nothing, you would pick the quote unquote best thing, and then that would sort of grow on you like 100%. A fungus until later on you liked the movie. You know what I mean? Only because you
spoken about
like
this
repetitively watched it so many times. Yeah.
I feel it's like there are albums that I love so much that I didn't like the first 8 times I listened to them. You know, like One Hot Minute by Chili Peppers is like an album that I listened to so much that I love the shit out of it. I'm not even saying it's good or bad or whatever, but like sometimes you just listen to an album so many times that it grows on you mega. Like, and back in the day, you had like fucking 10 tapes or whatever. Like, it's like, oh, this is my tape.
Well, that's the nice thing about not having a lot of content back when we were kids, because like you actually gave stuff a shot.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
multiple shots.
Everything's fighting for your attention, and like, you know, you're watching it on your phone, and like you just don't have the, you know, the bandwidth to even catch up with anything that's going on. It's like there's shows out there that I know are supposed to be amazing, and I just can't even touch.
Can't even do it, man. It's like you get now you get anxiety from sitting there looking for what to watch for 30 minutes, and then you realize how tired you are. You just shut the whole thing off and go to bed. It's like, what the fuck? I'm giving up and failing and giving up.
I mean, we give it a go, trying to do all of it. But what ends up happening there is like every time a new season of something comes out, we're like, wait, what happened? You know? Like,
oh my god!
Like as soon as you're done with something, you're moving on to something else, and it's like you don't even have time to like chew on it for a minute. You know, you're just like wolfing everything down.
That's it.
100%. I like to just. I think I just listen now to like these two. For me, it's like these two guys and like other close friends I have. If they're just like, hey, you gotta check this out, you know, or this is really really solid. I watch the whole thing, then I'm like, all right, I'll put that on my list and try to make an effort to watch it. You know.
Well, one of the things for me, like that I think made me grow as a person, as part of being part of this show, is the like Red Bullification of media, where like back in the day, your neighbor going off like a 7-inch tall piece of wood with a ramp was like, that's sick. And now it's like you have to fucking be like Evan Baumgartner who jumps out of a fucking balloon in space to impress me, you know? Like, so it's like a show or a movie needs to be like the fucking best show or the best movie in the goddamn world. Otherwise, I don't care. And like what I've learned talking to these guys,
it's a problem.
Especially, is like I got to take these things for what they are and appreciate it, even when it's not the fucking Godfather, you know. And I just that also was a thing. I think, you know, you don't have enough time to like something that's middling, but you also like are Red Bullified here, where it's like you need everything to be the fucking best, and it's just such a gross way to absorb art, I guess. I don't know.
It is a gross way to do it. That's a good point.
I mean, I've been trying to go back to like a more old school way of browsing and consuming things, which is it's very hard to do. But
well, how do you do that, buddy?
Yeah, what's that look like?
Just by having days where I only pick stuff from like a physical collection, you know. just stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
You don't have any hope in the, you know,
The sea,
you
the
know,
ocean.
I have like all the streaming services, and like, you know, there's only like a couple lulls per year where like you have time to try and cram something in, you know, like whatever. Like we're we are plowing through Magnum PI. We're like on the season, we're like in the middle of season 4. So we're like, you know, a little over halfway there.
How's that going? Because I loved the hell out of that show back in the day.
God, so did I, man.
It's so good, dude.
I bet.
What's great about it is that when the cast like once you get into like the second season and the cast starts like really figuring out who their characters are, and they start like playing with each other and gelling really well, like it's just so much fun. And like I think by the third season, like you start getting like, you get like a Rick centric episode or a Higgins centric episode or a TC centric episode, you know? So like you really get like a good dose of everybody that's involved. And then just like all the special guest stars are fucking great, you know, like everything, you know, like, I don't know, it had to be a month ago or whatever we were watching, and it was like fucking Chuck Mangione, who just recently died, was like
I love
a
that.
guest star in one of the episodes. Like, you know, like, it's just so random sometimes. You're like, what the fuck?
Totally, dude.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I mean, every time I was
Outstanding.
at home and that theme song would come on, I would just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in. I'm
Son
in
of
for
a
the next
bitch,
hour."
I'm in.
It's one of the best all-time theme songs, dude. So
Yeah,
freaking good.
you're probably pretty close to that episode that was like a 2-parter that was Laboul was involved in it, and it was Magnum was trying to solve this like nursery rhyme. It was, you know what it was? It was Die Hard 3. It was,
There you
he was
go.
trying to solve. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's
Yes.
I loved that because it had that great Phil Collins song.
Dude, every Phil Collins song is a great Phil Collins song.
And they were all in every TV show and awesome in the 80s.
Yeah. And I remember watching that show when it was on, and like I remember when spoiler alert, but like if you haven't watched Magnum PI, but there was a episode that ended with Thomas was in a coma and he might die, and the deal was that, and this was back in the day, you know, when you find out things, but like they were in the middle of negotiations on his contract, and they were like, yeah, you might be gone, man. Like, and then they fixed that. Like, that was a big deal. I was like, dude,
and you were literally emotionally hanging on the edge of a
doubt.
cliff. Like, what, dude? I gotta wait a week. Like, what happened?
A week.
You know?
It was between seasons.
Or a couple months. Yeah, right. It's crazy, man.
You still remember the trauma of that period?
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember how exciting it was.
Totally.
And, I mean, like he probably had a contract for himself and a contract for his mustache.
Probably. Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott was his mentor, no doubt about
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I know you got a contract for yourself, but I want to talk to
What
you
you
about a
gotta
contract
do.
for your mustache.
Got to get one for your stash.
It's important. You got an agent for yourself. You got an agent for your mustache.
You should,
And, well, I
you
think the
should
deal
be a
is that-
mustache
I so
agent.
wish I could do it Tom Selleck, but it's
Oh, my
impossible.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
and the
tough
problem
one.
is when he's getting paid less than the mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a problem. Yeah.
That's a major problem.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean,
When your facial hair is pacing you in paychecks,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
equal pay
It's
is a
fucking
thing, man.
problem. People aren't going to call you anymore. They're going to call your mustache.
They're going to
They're
call your
not gonna
stash.
you.
Yeah.
So I got to ask
Look
you
at
guys, what do
Brimley.
you think about the facial hair on this show, on this movie?
Oh, dude.
It's pretty, I mean, it's pretty solid. Lots of beards. Klein's
no
beard was
mustaches.
pretty fucking sick. I got to give him some serious beard chuff action going on there. I was really into
Yeah.
Klein's
I didn't know.
Really?
I did not know that Klein could like pull that off.
Right now, right? It was chuffy. You're right. It had a nice thick chuff to it. You could tell. But
It had
but I
some-
think Carl's
some
right.
girth.
Like, there's very little like actual mustaches in this one, which is weird because there's, the facial hair configuration you had back then was a sign of your status and your wealth. And there were some dapper gents in this here and there anyway. And some people we know had some money, but not a lot of facial hair that reflected that.
I
which
would have thought
was
like a
little bit odd,
Goldblum
you
dude
know?
could have come to the party with a stash of Rooney. Like it was great to see him.
He didn't
I
have-
know.
He
I
had
know.
no
Like,
sta-
it was
He had
like
no
everything
nothing.
but. He had sideburns.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's right.
They were good.
They were.
Yeah.
No,
They
I
were,
mean,
like, sort of-
Klein's beard was fantastic. I was like, I didn't know it was possible,
It's pretty
and
good,
I'm
man.
here for it. And
it's like a
it was
70s
outshined
bush.
though by Dennehy's. His beard was outstanding.
Yeah,
It was.
And you know what it
I
probably
agree with
was?
you.
I never really looked into this movie, but like apparently it was insanely windy and insanely cold. They filmed this thing in the
I
winter,
read that
and they're
too,
probably all
man.
like, mustache, no. I'm
Yeah,
doing a
that's
beard.
fair, man.
Yeah.
Going for the
Yeah, I mean, and that would make sense if it was that time of year. Like, you know,
and
the
therefore
mustaches
the
probably
setting.
get carved out in the summertime, you know, and the beards are around for the winter.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Well,
that.
like-
You know, it's probably is an adaptation to the actual setting, which just makes it much more real. There was you sent through a little bit of making of stuff, Carl, and
Which I
like,
watched.
One of
Yeah,
the things I
it was
liked
good.
about that was very Band of Brothers-y, where they sent everyone to boot camp. Like it's like they were in this frigid ass place and they came together as a quote unquote town, which that's unintentional maybe, or if it was intentional, genius. And I just love that all of the peeps came together. Like it makes so much sense. And the town felt
loved it
very,
too.
very lived in and real, despite the fact it was built in 12 fucking weeks or whatever. Like that's bananas.
Yeah, and a couple of great nuggets about the town. The first one was that like the town was constructed in I think I got this right, 12 weeks, despite being winter in New Mexico, the weather, you know, rain, this, that, and the third. They had every single kind of problem. And like the guy that was in charge of like getting the town built, like he freaking rocked
busted
it
his
out.
ass.
I was like super impressed by that. And then the other nugget about the town is that town was left there, and that went on to be a town in, you know,
Wyatt Earp.
12 different movies, man. So many. Yeah, Wyatt Earp. Yeah, absolutely. And a bunch of others as well, which I thought was really cool.
Super cool.
Well, and that's, I mean, I didn't get the connection between this until I saw this, that little extras piece, but the connection between Wyatt Earp and this movie. In that, you know, it was
I
Kasdan,
know.
Cosner, the same town, and the same guy who did the music,
Yeah, okay.
the soundtrack.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, and
Nice.
and it's funny because apparently that movie was up for like best soundtrack, and it is iconic. And I'm gonna get death threats for this, but like it's two songs. There's two songs in the
Yeah,
whole
that's fair.
movie, and it's much like the Dune thing with the woman.
Wait, you're talking.
The Dune thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, God, that. Yeah.
It just you know, it's like it's cool,
Yeah.
but it just continues. It just comes
It
back
is
and comes
loopy,
back
yeah.
and comes back. There's like two
Yeah.
songs in the whole movie.
Now, are you talking about Wyatt Earp or Silverado?
Silverado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wyatt Earp's
yeah.
kind of the same.
Well,
Wyatt's-
probably
Wyatt
same guys.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Two-track
Right,
Tony.
exactly.
I mean, I kind of
Stands
like
to
the
figure.
idea of me watching a movie like this and or Wyatt Earp and not dissecting it for a podcast and being like, God damn, it's so tropey. It's like, no, motherfucker, it's the same set. You know, like that's why it feels tropey. It is the same fucking building.
literally.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's definitely an
yeah.
element of that too. I like that.
But
Yeah.
it's cool because you almost feel like, I mean, there would be no Wyatt Earp without this movie, right? Like
Totally.
this is
There wouldn't be.
yeah, Cosner's first Western. This revitalized Westerns, you know, like it.
Totally.
I'm sure it inspired Kasdan to grab that guy and make that movie, and so that's kind of cool.
Totally, man.
It is.
I'm sure there's like some hippy dippy that's mad about it, but I like the idea of the town being left there and utilized more and more and more. It's just kind of like, you know, in Tunisia with the Star Wars Tatooine sets are still fucking there and you can go and see them, you know? Like it's kind of cool sometimes.
What?
to do that. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, you
I
can
didn't
go
know that.
into fucking
That's pretty
the
neat.
moisture farm in Tunisia now. you
Oh,
know? It's cool.
God.
Imagine how much nerd semen is all over that set.
Oh, my God. Dude, what are you guys doing for summer break? We're actually traveling to
gonna go
Tunisia
jerk
to
off
go
at
and
Luke's
look at the
house in
moisture farm
Tunisia.
from A New Hope. We're hoping there's not too much jizz on it.
That's how they whitewash
Gallons
those
of
things.
blue
man.
milk have been
Oh my
spilt in the
God.
sands.
Yeah, dude.
So gross.
Exactly.
Oh, my God, dude.
Scott Glenn. Can we talk about Scott Glenn? How fucking much I
Yes.
love Scott Glenn.
Oh, man.
He was So
I mean, it's just a
good.
Bruce Greenwood level, or
I mean, I don't have a shirtless
like
Bruce Greenwood shirt
sexual
thing
with me.
Jonas
but-
does.
no, I know. Well, I know. I'm just trying to like. If you say you like Scott Glenn,
Trying
I
to
just want to know:
gauge
is
it.
it like, is he your Bruce Greenwood or?
Maybe.
Lay it down, Chad. Come on.
I think honestly, I think Goldblum is more my Bruce Greenwood. I think like
I could see that. for
Scott
you.
Glenn's
Yeah.
pretty fucking amazing though, dude. And was really like, I don't know, this is probably a nothing burger of a comment, but his kind of like floppy 70s hairdo in this looked so much like my really good friend's like skinny tall Scott Glenn-esque father when I was like 5 years old playing Nintendo at his house. Like it was just like kind of
like that.
this weird kind of Severance like nostalgia that was just unexplainable. But I don't know. It was nice to see a young Scott Glenn, I guess, because I'm so used to him being like the salty old fuck. And he just, I don't know, he brought a lot to it.
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, I kept thinking of him in The Keep,
Yeah.
like way back in the day. Like I was like, it's Scott Glenn. And
Yeah.
just now it's like, oh, I'm like, the dude from the Keep, like the good guy, like the good alien from the Keep,
The
like,
fucking really weird, creepy alien cult leader. Dude.
wakes up and
Right.
like hops on a boat and then gets on a motorcycle and fucking drives all the way there to like save the day. But yeah, like I don't know, like he's still doing shit. Like I think the
amazing.
last time I saw him was in the show Bad Monkey. He plays like
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn's dad.
Wow.
I love that.
Which seems unlikely, but
Hey, whatever,
Dude,
man. I buy it.
This guy, Scott Glenn's he's like a little older than some of those guys, like Kevin Kline. Like
he had like 8 years anyways, yeah.
well, he started in '65, dude. So he started on the Patty Duke Show, and then he was like doing stuff like all through the '70s.
Sure.
He was born in '39, so he's
It's crazy.
Wow, you have amazing facts. You just pulled these right out of your head, huh?
Yeah.
that's
Definitely
amazing.
no
It's
windows
the amazing
Yeah,
thing
no,
about me is I have this very
not reading them off of IMDb.
no,
computer like brain. Yeah, no. I love when Chad says he can see the reflection of IMDb in my eyeballs
And your
through the
retinas.
camera.
I literally was just thinking about making a joke, not knowing that I've said it before.
Dude, that one's got a lot of mileage.
The
bro.
thing that
I'm
got
just
me
gonna-
about Glenn was I remember watching him, one of the 10 gear up scenes, and he was throwing on his holster, and I was like, hey, that's a left-handed holster. And then I was like, I gotta watch this.
Ah.
I was like, oh, he shoots left-handed, so I'm guessing he's left-handed. It's like,
There
Wow,
you go.
I didn't even notice that, man. That's really cool,
yeah, unlike Costner doing the two guns.
dude.
The
Killing
guns
two
are pretty
people
without
sick.
even looking.
Dual wielding. I mean, he's no
Yeah.
Scott Bakula, but he's a great Scott. I love Scott.
He is. Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, no, he's a great. Yeah, he's a great.
Great
I think when I really got keyed in on Scott Glenn was in Hunt for Red
Hunt
October. Chad.
and Silence of the Lambs, yeah.
That's kind of. I think that's that and Silence.
Red
are kinda
October,
what I
definitely is
remember.
the thing for me,
Yeah,
man. I mean,
Bart Mancuso.
it's
So-
so,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but he's a great actor, man,
I'll be right back.
and he's got a good crust factor too. I wish Benny hadn't walked away, but
I gotta.
he's got a good crust factor. He's kind of crusty like Sam Elliott, but
He's
he's got
crusty.
his own way and version of crust that I like, and he's also gets crustier as he gets older. So when we see him as Ezra Kramer in the Bourne movies, right? He's getting pretty fucking crusty, dude. Like he's like now. I mean, God, that dude must be just
Dude,
crust chipping
Scott
off.
Glenn
that
is
dude
like the
every time he
human
moves.
equivalent of when like an old Formula One race car driver takes their goggles off and their face is just all oil and they got like the white rings, like he is just the crusty. He is a crusty.
He is.
But he
Demon
was
dirt.
clean shaven.
But he was clean
He
shaven.
was,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
Not
He was
even
ex-
scruff, not even a mustache, nothing. Just clean
Nothing.
shaven. Him and Costner.
They were like baby face, smooth
I
shaven.
mean, Costner
Apparently
looked
that's
like
a
a
thing in their
12-year-old
family.
boy, which it kind of works for that, I liked how young
Wait,
Costner was.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was a what, Carl? What were you gonna say there?
Apparently, it was a family trait then, right? They're
Yeah.
like, no,
It's genetic.
we in this family. I forget their. Now I'm dead because I don't remember their family's name. But they're
I
like, in
don't
this
remember
family,
it
we
either.
shave.
We'll die together.
Emmett and
They're the demons
See,
of
I'm
dirt.
double dead.
Emmett and Jake, what?
I don't have any tabs open, so I don't know.
I just took
Looking
a
at you,
few
Kev.
tabs.
I'm typing in the death. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up right now. I want to see if
What's the death?
the death. It just says Jake, and it says
they don't have last
Emmett.
names?
It doesn't say what their last names are. It doesn't say what it is on IMDb. It could be different on Wikipedia, but I'm not really sure. Sorry, Ben. We were talking about the death was. Carl said he's taking a death because he didn't know the last name of Jake and Emmett, and we were. Then I started looking it up and debating whether they even
There
had
is
last
none.
names. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even on
Characters,
Wiki, it's
Emmett.
the same thing. Yeah. Just Jake and Emmett.
Yeah, so they don't have last
Dude,
names.
I had no idea. Sorry, go ahead.
No last names. No, they don't have last names. That's what Carl was saying.
I had no idea that Goldblum was in this movie, and when he came on, I was like, yeah. It was fucking
Right?
great. Love me some Goldblum.
So should we cast out? Is that the? I don't even know. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to take over your show.
You can take over.
Dude,
the
you
show.
do whatever you
No.
want. There's like the formula is so free flow, man. We just
We just
do
bullshit
whatever.
and
Yeah,
make
so,
Star Wars jizz jokes. Like, that's our thing.
Yeah, nice. I was thinking, the guy who had like 2-second part was the coach from Major League, James Gammon or
Gammon.
yeah,
Dude, James Gammon. He was also in Wyatt Earp.
was he?
Yeah, he played the dad of Urilla.
Oh, nice.
Same
I've
with
only
Richard
seen that movie,
Jenkins,
like-
man. Like, some of these guys, I saw the cast, and I was like, wait, who?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so
Who the hell was he? Yeah, totally.
well, I don't remember seeing Jenkins, but this was Jenkins and Jeff Fahey's first film screen
Oh,
appearance for
okay.
both of them, which I thought
Really?
was that's a cool
Wait,
little nugget.
So,
yeah.
so you were saying Richard Jenkins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did,
So
yeah.
okay,
You're the
I
historian
never
of this.
looked at
You're the
IMDb
Mortal
before.
Kombat film historian of this movie.
no, well, yeah, well,
You
I
are.
have a associate's degree in this movie. No, so
You got it.
I had to look him up. Exactly. DeVry Online, actually.
When you watch the fucking infomercial and it has the scrolling list of degrees, it was like
Holy
Silverado.
Shit, that's so good.
No, so I was looking at IMDb because I wanted to look at something else, and I saw Richard Jenkins, and I was like, "There's no way this guy's in this movie." And then
It got you too. I love that.
I know, so I was like looking at it, and I was like, "Okay, who is he?" And they're like, "It's Kelly," and I'm like, "Who the hell's Kelly?"
It's Kelly.
Like you would think I would know. He's
fuck
you got it. Go Heags.
He's the dealer. Like he's the dealer that gets shot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy whose styling was after what was the old Rankin and Bass Frosty the
Ooh.
Snowman's
Ooh,
magician
I
guy.
love that.
Yeah.
I have a copy of that. Yes,
But you know,
totally,
his
dude.
whole style was that like magician guy when he doesn't have the hat, he just pulls the greasy hair over. And it's funny as I pulled
Wait a
up that
minute.
scene.
Kelly's the guy in the pub with the shout out mates.
Yeah, the guy who gets shot.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hang on, my kid's
Pull
at
up
the
the
door.
scene.
All right, we're pulling scenes up, folks. Everything's going crazy here.
Yeah. No, I pulled
But
up.
he's
Go ahead.
he's got a stash and like some really big woolly sideburns and
Mhm.
like way more hair than he usually has. Like
I didn't.
yeah.
I looked at it and I was like, if I didn't know that was him, I wouldn't have believed it was him.
I
He has
wouldn't.
like 2 lines.
Yeah.
It's all
Yes.
from the side profile, but you do catch it and you're like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that the part? Because Kevin Kline replaces him.
Yes.
Is this?
I
is
can't
that? Am I
fucking
thinking
believe
of the
that it's
same?
that
Yes.
character. That's like he actually is like in it for a fair bit.
Yeah, he's got like
I
2
know.
major scenes. He's got like the early scene when he first,
Wow.
like he's like, hey, he's talking to the shout out Mapes and he's like, do you need any help and whatever. And then he's like, well, that's the guy you got to talk to. There's that scene. And, he's like super slime ball. And then there's the second scene where where Dennehy fires
Yeah,
him and then
takes
kills
down
him.
to Chinatown.
So
Holy shit! Yes, he's got this these sideburns. Yes.
Yeah,
oh
be
my
watching it on
God, dude.
You want to go get in your car and be more comfortable? Bring it up on your.
for those of you at home, go to 1 hour and 4 minutes and you can find him.
All right.
I'm at 1 hour 15 seconds, and I got a side view of him. It's totally him.
Yeah.
He's got so much hair. It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
God, it's amazing because we were just talking about him in Outside Providence, man, and just
Yeah.
what a prolific talent he is. He is so fucking good. I think I'm gonna cry.
Verklempt.
Anyway,
Hang on, I'm ejecting. I want to see this.
Everybody's getting deaths. Everybody's ejecting. It's just crazy. It's mayhem
there's
here,
a
folks.
there's a photo right on, like, you can click on his credit.
Holy
and get a
fucking
photo
shit!
on
It is
IMDb.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's not a very good picture, but it is a picture.
It's amazing, and I'm telling you, his style is right out of that magician from.
Oh, no
from
doubt,
the
man.
old
No
Frosty.
doubt. Dude, Kevin's
It is exactly like
desk
that,
lifted
yes.
an inch and a half when he got a chubby when you said Rankin and Bass. It was like, whoop.
I know. Did you notice that?
I did.
Now, you can
notice
see
that.
less of my face because the
Yeah,
mic's
yeah.
higher.
And then you got Brian James.
Keep in mind too, Carl. This is a standing desk.
Yeah, it's got a motor. He lifted the thing off the floor. It was up.
Well, it wasn't before, but it is now.
It is now. Yeah, Brian James, dude. Yeah, I can't believe he's not uncredited. It was like, oh yeah, Brian James, what's up, man?
Yeah. What's funny about him is he starts off because like I was watching I gave it 2 watches because I was like, you know what?
Ooh,
Nice.
very nice.
I was like, I didn't see 2 hours wasn't enough. I need to watch 4, but I did the
4
second one was a
hours.
scrub, and I was watching it and I was like, dude, it's like he had like a mustache and like weird patchy facial hair. It was super weird. And I was like, and I was like looking at that, and I was like, what the hell? But then if you scrub back to when you first see him, he's just got the mustache.
Oh.
Like, so-
What?
So like it grew
Yeah,
in.
you're right.
They're giving him the whole like it's hard out there on the Oregon Trail. My friends died of dysentery kind of thing going on. Dude, that was a game.
So I guess there was one mustache in the movie.
Exactly.
I used to be good at shooting them fucking squirrels in Oregon Trail. I'll tell you what.
It's hard on the Oregon Trail. I got dysentery.
Dude, that was the best fucking game. Tell me you guys had that shit in like your school library or whatever. I played the fucking bejesus out of that game.
Oh yeah, the Apple
everybody
IIe.
Fucking A,
Back in the
dog.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got
Why are they-
Linda Hunt.
I could have swore that McKendrick, like the whole thing where it's like, who is this fucking rancher dude and what's his problem and what all this stuff, character confusion, and then the actor, I was like, where the fuck do I know that guy? And obviously, I think you guys will probably be like, yeah, but he was the fucking salesman in Total Recall. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait
dude.
a
What?
goddamn minute. Ray Baker as McKendrick.
Also, way to just fucking steamroll over poor fucking Linda Hunt.
Now we'll go back to Linda Hunt. I,
know.
love Linda Hunt.
Dude, Benny, you know Chad is not gonna skip the shout out Mapes.
Shout
He
out
was
Mapes.
Just
She's my
gushing
girl,
about
dude.
it.
She's my girl.
We should call nickname Linda the shout out Mapes.
Yes, I am down with the shout
Because
out
like all
Mapes, dude.
all you do is shout her out. Dude.
I am the Kevin Klein to Linda
like
Hunt's
that?
shout out Mapes. But fucking Ray Baker, dude, he was the guy in Total Recall. He was McLean in fucking Total Recall, man. I was like,
Can't believe it.
that's
I
where
think
I know
the
him
beard
from.
really throws you. Like
It does, because I was like,
you know,
I know
it
this
is.
fucking dude. He's in everything, but I couldn't figure it out.
I mean, he's wearing the like the whole time, except for like one scene. He's wearing this big old hat and this giant coat. Which, before we get to Linda Hunt, can we talk about Goldblum's jacket?
Can we just shout
Like
out
that.
Mapes, the fucking costumes
Oh
in
my
this goddamn
God.
movie, man? Yeah, his jacket was sick.
Yeah, it was like the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat or something.
It kind of was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they could have pulled Goldblum off of like out of like Woodstock or something. Like straight onto the set of the movie.
was
You're
the-
in
Right,
a Western,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. Now you're
I
in a
hope
Western.
you didn't take the brown
bro.
acid. You know?
Right.
Totally.
Okay, so which jacket are you talking about? Because he had like a suit type jacket, and then in one, like when right before he kind of
he
gives up
first
Danny
showed-
Glover. Yeah, go
I think
ahead.
when he first shows up, and then every time he's outside, basically, it's like this white fur coat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like everyone else is wearing these dark colors, and he just shows up in this fancy coat, and you're like,
yeah.
okay, I guess you're gonna play some poker, and then the guys are gonna rob you on your way out. or something.
Yeah, it was a
Yes.
little like Manfer from Seinfeld,
Yes.
vibe kind of.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not quite like, oh, I killed an animal, I harvested its pelt, and then made the coat myself. It was like,
But it's also a little
Are you
bit of
sure
the
that's not a
Kramer
are you sure that's not a
swagger, the
woman's
Technicolor
coat,
Dreamcoat
dude?
Kramer episode swagger.
That's your
kinda.
age.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a nice
That's all I
coat
kept
schlick.
seeing was
But
Kramer
they
walking
make them
down with
for
that
women.
coat. And he makes
so
it
good.
work. But
He
but
does
it's
make it. They
just
all
a
make it
funny-
work, man.
Yeah, no, this costuming in this movie was fantastic. But okay,
was good,
Linda
Betty.
Hunt, shout out
Yeah.
Mapes, come on. And she's a year older, Chad, than in the last movie. So what's your opinion now?
What were we talking about recently with her? I'm dead. I can't remember.
Dude, I said, a lot of things, but I said, okay, so every old guy is an old leather gym bag, and then I said, now every old woman is an old wrinkly raisin. I think that's what you said. Old
But about-
wrinkly raisin.
About what?
About Linda Hunt.
I know, but
Dune.
in what?
As
In
the shadow
Dune.
Mape.
Because somebody reminded you of Linda Hunt
Okay.
in
I can't
in
remember what it was,
Contact.
though. Oh, in Contact.
I think.
I'm just
Dude,
straight
I
up
don't
dead for
know
not
how
remembering last week.
any of these.
I mean,
I know.
I love
well,
like.
maybe.
Can we
I don't
talk
re-
about shout out Mapes here? Like,
Can we talk about last week's show?
I can't- was it just me, or is it like kind of implied that Kevin Kline's got a thing for shout out Mapes, and kind of also she just like likes her as a human? Like,
There's some chemistry.
there was some chemistry, and I'm
There's some chemistry.
kind of here
sure.
for it, man.
Oh,
you
with
know?
Stella and Peyton? Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
man.
it was. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. To me, like there was definitely some chemistry, but I think it's more the they both love bars.
Yeah.
They're kind of the
They're
same
bros.
person.
They're buds.
And
Yeah.
and it's the same thing with the dog, where Denny says you never know what he's gonna care
Yeah.
about, and it's her. It's like he sees her, he even offers Klein to take over the whole place. He's like maybe you could do it without her, and
This
He's
is her
like,
life.
no.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's that kind of thing. You just see the kindred spirit, and they just love.
I think
drinking
I think
the-
you're right. I
drinking the good
also
stuff.
kind of like the weirdness of it being more than that, but it's not.
Oh yeah. Well, when he first shows up, he's definitely like flirting, and that's just like his thing.
But that's his. I mean, I think he was just being charming. You know, I feel I took that scene in particular as like he's just trying to ingratiate himself, be a little bit disarming, like kisses her hand, and she's like, oh, like that's just being a charmer. But like
Yeah.
by the end of it, he's I don't know.
Yeah, there's
I guess like in the grand scheme of things, he
There's not
becomes
nothing.
sheriff, so it's not sexual.
No, it's definitely not nothing, and it's you get that iconic scene at the end where it's like Cosner. Sorry, whoa, I'm dead. Klein is standing there, Dennehy's standing there, and she's like what would normally be the love interest
That's
standing
yeah.
right there, watching the whole thing go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we
She's,
all know that the horse is the love interest.
of course,
the horse is the love. Yeah.
of course.
You know what? Go ahead, Ben.
No, I was going to say it was nice to see, like like everybody knows Linda Hunt is like the shut up Mapes, right? So it's sort of like, creepy, sort
Dude,
of like
so creepy.
it, like in one scene handing off a next Chris knife, like dead in the next scene.
Yeah,
like,
Totally.
And it was nice to see her in like a role where like she's got a lot of charm, like she's like got a lot of charisma, and like it's sort of like it's like they set the deed office on fire or whatever, and like she's sort of like girl boss out there, like you grab a fucking bucket, you go over here, like
Yeah,
like
totally. Man.
she's sort of got this like like unofficial mayor of the town sort of vibe going on, and I don't know, I enjoyed her.
Yeah,
I thought she did I thought she played it very well.
she did.
I'll take that wonderful sort of synopsis of Linda Hunt and take it a step further. Like, she's a fantastic actress.
Mm.
And I think what you said, Ben, is exactly accurate. Like, a lot of people keyed in on her as a shout out Mapes, right? And so that's where she kind of got pegged. But when you get a chance to watch her other work, like, you really see how not only utterly capable she is, but also she has quite a commanding presence on the screen for a woman
For her
of her
stature,
stature, because
yeah.
she's not a very tall woman at all, man, but she really can command, and she also can soft command. She's not like when she goes out on the street, she's definitely like, I'm commanding shit. You go fucking get this. You get some shit done, right? But she also can do that in a soft way too, which is another thing that I want to talk about with Kevin Kline when we get done with this or later. And I think that those are just some of her other strengths as well, and she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her shout out Mapes is very Porkins. Like I feel like it's just such a small part, but it's like a beloved part, you know?
It is.
And it
is
does a
beloved, but it
disservice
is
to it.
Porkins.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it shows you how much of how great an actress she
That's
is.
true.
Because she's
2
in there
minutes.
like 2 minutes, and
Steals
she's
it.
one of the most memorable characters.
Yeah.
Just like Porkins and Boba Fett, dude. I mean, like they had no screen time, one line each, and it was like everybody wanted to know more about those two characters. You know what I mean?
She makes a very deep 4'9" impression in your soul, you know.
I missed all that.
That was great. What
No, like I just got a
Ben
phone
said,
call.
she makes a very deep 4'9" impression in your soul. That's what I was laughing at.
That's great. I want to take a quick Porkins diversion though. Like I'm gonna do a Harry Kiri, like slice myself open, because like I was saying, we were watching episode 4 the other day, and you know, kids can be kids. Fucking Porkins comes on and he's like this fat fucking an X-wing, and Ethan's like, "Oh hey dad, it's you," and I was just like, "Fuck you, kid." Like he didn't mean it in like a fucking "you're a fat bastard" kind of way, but it was just like, ouch, bro. Like it was a fucking blaster through my fucking heart. It was that Luke Skywalker immolating himself with his lightsaber. Oh man.
Yeah, kids definitely know how to poke you right in the soft spots.
So Porkins is my new name on the show.
It is definitely your new name.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
the second, or maybe the third of a Star Wars nickname. That's fantastic.
I had to share it with the class. It was too good not to share it.
God, that was funny.
And this is probably, I'm sure that everyone's going to be screaming at their phones or whatever they listen to the podcast on now. But what is his call sign, or what is his like red? He's one of the red, right?
Has Red 3? I don't know.
Somebody's got to puzzle this out right quick.
But this is the kind of thing where you look it up, and there's like a 17-page fucking article in the Wikipedia about it.
Well, actually, he was originally red 2, but
He was
then
red 6.
Red 6.
He was. Okay. That is so
It
funny.
was pretty funny, man. I was like, ouch, bro. Ouch. Okay.
Not to interrupt the podcast, but what did I miss? Because I had a Bruce Beans ejection.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, no.
Oh boy! So Chad's son.
No, hang on. I'll
they were
tell it. I'll
watching
tell
A
it.
New
I'll tell it.
Hope?
I'll tell it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
We were watching because I was saying shout out Mapes is a Porkins. We were watching the movie, and Porkins came on the screen like a fat bastard that he is, and Ethan just turns to me and goes, "Hey dad, it's you." And I was like, "Ow, dude."
Oh man!
Like he didn't mean it in like a "you're a fat bastard" kind of way, but it just hit so close to heart. It was like Belden's fucking Jewelers. It was straight through my fucking heart, dude. I was just like,
Totally,
oh,
dude.
it was brutal.
That's what you think? Maybe?
Yeah, I was like,
1-854
dude.
giant.
Ethan, I think you'll find I am Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It was funny. But yeah, so that's my Porkins to sack.
Good.
Oh no!
Good stuff, man.
But the shout out Mapes, dude, I don't know. Like, I love her. I love her little fucking midgety ramp in the behind the bar, and how he like looks over and was like, I don't know. It was great.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
very
it's good.
charming.
She's a great character. She's super charming, and yeah, like there's a really interesting chemistry between her and Kevin Kline.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I think they, when you look at the whole movie, I think she had just the right amount of screen time.
I agree.
Like, she got a lot of screen time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
To the Arquette, point where she didn't. Like Mapes had the right amount. It was perfect.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with the Arquette thing because it almost felt like it should. It's that thing where you either cut it or don't. But like felt like it needed
Yeah.
more, and she felt like you have this great actress, and you feel like she should have more time
just
on
a
the
little
screen,
bit.
and there should
Agree.
be
5 minutes.
just something. But like, 5 minutes would have done it. Because at the end, it's like, is she with Scott Glenn? Is she with Kevin Kline? Like, it's so weird.
It is
Yeah.
weird.
And so then
Yeah.
she doesn't have much character development. Like she's an interesting
Agreed.
woman. Like like going out on her own to like. Well, I guess she had a husband to begin with, but
Yeah,
that didn't
last
go
round.
so well for him.
He got shot dead.
He's not even cold yet, baby.
Lance.
I know,
yeah, exactly.
I
She will
know. He
forever
dies,
be-
and he all of a sudden he's like, "Hi, I'm Kevin
Hi,
Kline."
nice
the
to meet
actor."
you.
I mean, hi.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like she gives him she gives the little monologue about like people say I'm pretty and that's fine, but I want to get some goddamn work done. Looks don't last. So if you're not into throwing down, then I'm not the girl for you. And like that's it. That's like
he's
the
like,
last
okay,
scene I
bye.
see with her and Kevin Kline. He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
fair enough.
Yeah,
Well then,
yeah.
Well, then he goes
Have a good time.
to Emmett, and he's like, so she has a hard idea for living, and you won't be tripping over me.
Yeah,
yeah, totally, yeah, exactly.
You're like, ouch.
I like that though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I do
It
like
was honest.
when Scott Glenn's like, Mister, I would, whatever, stay with it. If I had a pretty woman like her, I'd stay with you, with her, whatever. And then he's like, whatever, leave me alone. And they all take off to go get the box of gold, which of course, whatever you're going to show, show in the middle of town. But they go off to get it, and Kevin Kline slips over, and he's like, Emmett, you're right. Maybe I should stay with the
Maybe we'll
with the
stick
lady.
Yeah. That was good. And that actually, that one scene led me to think that like that was gonna be like a thing, like they were gonna hook up, and then it was like that was not clear later.
Yeah. Another example of the half an hour.
I don't even need there to be a relationship. I'm just like,
No.
you bring all these homesteaders on, and it's like there's just not much there. They have like a little party there or whatever. Like
That
they keep
party
going
seemed
back
cool
to
though.
Yeah.
Where the guys came in and shot it up. Like it was very Three Amigos, but maybe a little bit more of that would have been cool.
Yeah.
You mean with the group? You mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
showing
kind of
more
like
about
the
group?
hoedown, square dancey shit, and they're all having a nice time, and they, he's going to visit Rosanna Arquette, and then all the fucking knuckleheads come in and start shooting pigs or whatever the fuck. It's kind
What?
of funny.
What's
I just saw that Kev changed his fucking name to Chad is now
Yeah,
Pork.
I mean, I said it. I said my name is now Porkins.
No, but Kevin's name is
No, I know. I can see it.
Chad is now Porkins.
Chad is now Porkins.
I'm your host, Chad is now Porkins, and I'm joined by my friends Porkins and friend of Porkins.
friend of Porkins, dude. That's so good.
Porkins and Porkins Senior.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have so many ways of communicating. Why not add another one?
It's Kev's love language. His Zoom call name is
It is
Kev's
my
love
love
language.
Ooh,
That's right.
sorry, I didn't mean
Exactly.
No, it's
to
fine.
derail
No,
everything
no,
there,
no.
but
It was
I just saw
apropos.
that.
We were talking about pork. We were talking about the bandits killing the pigs. It fits perfectly.
Oh yeah.
That's true. He said that right as you said that. That's true. Very true.
Before we go off of Rosanna Arquette, I just wanted to say one thing. Like, despite the fact that they didn't really develop her character or that she didn't have much to do with anything, quite always sort of got, almost written out of the movie.
Sort of sidelined, yeah.
At least it was like, she was like, yeah, my husband died, whatever. I don't fucking care about you. I came here to do something.
Yeah, it was
so
It was gritty.
I'm glad you said that because I was.
I'll give the character that credit.
Yeah, totally.
It's like,
I want more.
Yeah, and
well,
that's where
well,
I feel like just a few more minutes of that, just to
Yeah,
get an idea
just
of
a little
like,
bit.
what's going on over there.
yeah,
And it actually would raise the stakes for McKinridge or like coming in and trying to kick him out of the town.
Yeah.
yeah. Because the only other spot you get a feel for that is with Danny Glover and his dad,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which they do. That's probably enough, I guess. But
Yes.
I think it was the right amount with the dad. Like the scene
Mm-hmm.
where Danny Glover runs out into the river and his dad's like that was quite powerful.
Yeah, no, but I mean, what I'm saying is like to sell the the evil beef ranchers, like they could have gone a little more into the Rosanna Arquette arc,
I agree with you. I was about to say something very similar to what you just
the wagon,
said.
the Oregon trailers coming into
Oregon trailer park
coming in to farm the land, and surviving the the chiggers and such on the way.
Yeah.
Chiggers, gnats, little things that get you. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're the thing about her.
I think the first time I played that, I died by chiggers.
I mean, it happens.
There you go. Right.
or I've got my adventure text games confused, but I was like, fuck this game.
Well, I think it's like there was the right amount of Linda Hunt, there was the right amount of Danny Glover's dad, and there wasn't the right amount of Rosanna. That's kind of my
minor
definitely, dude.
crisis going on here. Hold on.
Yeah, cool.
Or go ahead, rather.
I'll say Ben won't miss this because I'm gonna sort of reiterate what he said and just add to it. Really, was that she what I liked? Firstly, what they should have done was they should have James Cameroned her whole part.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about this on The Abyss. Like James Cameron's thing is, if something's not working or we can't work it out or we don't have enough film to finish it, just cut the whole thread out, which is actually kind of the way I edit the content when I do edit content for the show is just cut the entire thread out, right? Instead of trying to sort of surgically slice parts of it out, man, Sometimes it's easier to just do that, and they kind of should have just done that with her.
But I think that they didn't because of that scene.
That said, I really appreciate what she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate what she brought to the table for the character. Like, she was 110% committed, and I really like that a lot, right? Because this movie is, it's great, and there's a lot of cool things about it, but there is some weirdness about some certain things. So I really appreciated her sort of commitment, you can kind of tell when an actor is just super committed like that, and this was definitely one of those cases.
Yeah, and I mean, she did a really good job of representing what those homesteaders were trying to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is cool.
She was the heart of the homestead thing. I would like to think that those guys would have helped the homesteaders without the pretty girl motif. I think they probably would have helped those homesteaders that lost their money, but I think the fact that she's there and there's that little bit of love triangle-y hintiness is just enough sauce to justify the square dance scene and to justify that entire population coming into the town. Because I feel like McKendrick, the rancher, you could probably say the biggest problem would have been stopping 50 fucking people from moving in. He doesn't want that shit going down.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not, because it's they're freshies. You could just move along, little doggy. But
sure,
I don't know.
I wish I could do a better Kevin Kline impression. It's really bothering me
too.
at this exact moment.
I like that it's bothered you so much you haven't even tried. I want to hear it. I want to, it's going to sound like Vin Diesel or something.
I can't. I've tried it before, and it's just I can't really get close. I worked on this play with this lighting guy, and he did this Kevin Kline impression that was so good. I just was howling every time we hung out after the show.
But now it's making you get stage fright from it. You can't do anything like that.
Well, I'm also trying to compare myself to this other guy, right? But this guy had actually worked on a play somewhere in and around Boston with Kevin Kline. So Kevin Kline was starring in this play at a smaller theater, and he had worked in the technical department, in the lighting department. And so he said that they would hang out, and he just developed this wonderful impression from going out with Kevin Kline afterwards.
Such a legend,
actually listening to him in person. Yeah, dude, he's so good. And I'll sort of use that to kind of segue into my Kevin Kline part. I really there's a lot of good performing in this movie, but Kevin Kline is just I haven't seen a Kevin Kline movie in a little while, and he is such an excellent performer, man, and he is really good at sort of the same thing that I was talking about with Linda Hunt. He's got the soft power down. he has a lot of command and soft commanding presence. Like in a scene, he won't be saying a lot, and when he does, it's soft.
It's not cold. Yeah.
But like you're glued to him.
Mm-hmm.
You're glued to what he's doing, and you're glued to what he's saying because he's so riveting and he's so good at the way he chooses his words and the energy that he's conveying behind what he's saying in those words. And it really hit me hard in this movie just watching him. I was like, man, this guy is just a freaking absolute powerhouse, dude. And that's why, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's really, really, really good. And he displayed a lot of that in this movie. In fact, a couple of the scenes, like in the bar, you know, like when Jeff Fahey comes in and he pulls out Jeff Fahey's gun and all that, like there's some really cool moments in there with Kevin Kline rocking out that kind of soft power. And he very much understands like the kind of less is more principle, you know what I mean? And sometimes not saying anything at all, but still conveying a lot with what you're doing and what your intention is, i.e. like what you're looking at and what you're doing and conveying what you're thinking is, he really, really gets that. And it's just awesome to watch. And you can see a lot of it in this movie.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, there were a bunch of powerhouses in this film. And, you know, like I was noticing that Kline's performance was just, it was up there. I mean, I really like Glover,
right?
Kline and Denny. I mean, like the scene where, with like the one with Fahey, it's like Fahey puts a gun under his chin and Lynette has to jump in and it's like, you know, he just killed my other partner. Maybe you don't kill this guy.
Yeah.
But like Richard Jenkins just died.
Yeah. But like the scene with him and Dennehy when like the place is on fire and he's like, oh, you know, this is too bad. Hate to see this stuff in my town, and I guess I got to look into this. And then Kline puts his gun on and ties it. And that maneuver is so good. He's like tying the gun on and like getting serious. And he's like, I think I'll have to too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, and he says something like, I thought we talked about that.
We didn't talk about this.
Just like,
yeah,
exactly. That was it. Yeah, exactly.
I thought we talked about this. We didn't talk about this. He's like, they took the boy.
Great exchange.
Yeah.
It was a great exchange.
Yeah, I mean, really subtle lines, but there's a lot being said, and it's cool. I mean, part of that's the Kasdan, and part of that's just those actors' ability to just like convey with just a movement.
Yeah, and in that behind the scenes that you sent over, I actually watched the whole first part, and I think it was in the first part they were saying, and some of the second part, but I think in the first part they were talking about how like. Or Kasdan was saying how like I could write a line and here's the intent in the line, and then I hand it over to the actor and he adds like 2 more layers to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it has like 3 total layers going on, and that's a great example of that, what you just said.
I think, that would be for sure.
And I think also like just to kind of add to that, riffing off of Karl, like Danny Glover too was like Kevin Kline was the one I really kind of keyed down on, but then next would be Danny Glover, really just like bringing it. And I like I haven't seen a young Danny Glover role in a while, probably not since Lethal Weapon or Predator when we did that. But
yeah. Well, and this was before Lethal Weapon, which was cool to see too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And it was really, really great to see him, man, in his younger self doing this part. And he was really, really dialing it in too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like from an action sense, like I mentioned a while ago, the scene on the hill, and then like, some of those softer moments, where he's really just bringing it, bringing it. And really also too, another, shout out to Lynn Whitfield, who was just in Dr. Detroit that we did. That was her first movie, was Dr. Detroit. And to see her in this just a couple of years later with a much more expanded part, a larger part, she really has quite a large part actually, and he interacts with her quite a bit as his sister, which I thought was really good. I really enjoyed those scenes as well. Yeah,
I think that the Danny G thing for me is like he's so cemented as too old for this shit. He's so cemented as the tired guy, which is fine. That it was nice to see him not be the tired guy. Like he was at his fucking full steam ahead. It was like, I don't know, like it was just really cool to see him in his prime.
He's like, he's not gravelly.
Yeah.
You know, he's like
He's rock
he's
fucking
I'm
solid,
not too old
dude.
for this.
Yeah.
I'm not too old for this shit.
No, he's a fucking. Yeah, I'm not at all. I'm
Just the right age for this
Born
shit.
and ready to go.
That would have been great, right? If he was like, I'm just the right age for this shit.
Exactly, dude.
Ben, you do a good Danny.
You do.
No, but he wasn't like gravelly in this. You
No.
know? Like he wasn't doing the like he was.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
he was
right.
like doing like an affected thing for the you know
For Lethal.
for Murtaugh. You know,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
Yeah, a typecast was born.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a nuggety Bob or. No, sorry, you got something, Carl. What do you got?
No, I was just gonna say that. It reminds me of the scene with the Henry rifle. I mean, that's one of my buddy and mine's favorite quotes was he's like, you know what a Henry rifle will do in the hands of someone who knows how to use it, and the guy's like, "Would that
Yeah.
be you?" And it's like and then the dad pops
Dad
out.
just
Like
pops
that's such a
out.
good
Yeah,
scene.
dude. And those guys
Yeah.
are like,
Yeah,
"We'll see
that
you
was
guys
really good.
later. This is not over."
yeah.
And just like right off.
You're talking about Danny Glover's dad.
Yeah, on the back of the horse.
Yeah. That guy, as a quick side note, he played Willie Brown in the opposite Ralph Macchio in the very excellent Crossroads. If anybody's
Okay.
seen it, that's an
Yes.
80s movie that came out,
Joe
I think,
Seneca.
the same.
Yeah.
Exactly. Came out the same year as this, I think, or right around it.
A
And that
year
is
later.
really, really good movie, man. I watched that last year, and I was like, damn, this is good. So
I like it.
highly recommend that. He's a great actor. I kind of when I saw him, I was like, dude, Willie Brown, and I
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
that he had had a little bit larger part. Go ahead, Chad. Sorry.
No, it was like a Cassidy Bob, like a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Bob, where it was like a bit of casting threads. And I was actually going to bring up another Cassidy Bob where Augie the kid in this movie is actually Russ from one of the main characters in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Nice.
Because he did a good job, man. He was a good kid. He's the older brother.
He did. He did a great job, and he had a lot of. There's a lot of action there. The interaction in the street, which sort of sets in motion the kind of end of the movie, and then like obviously the kidnapping and the jumping off the roof.
That was such a cool like little boy moment too, where he jumps off the roof onto the horse at the end, and it's very like rah rah.
Oh my god!
And maybe that's a kind of a good little
and
segue into the behind the scenes where
there's a very
go ahead.
there's a very obvious thing with that scene where like he kind of like veers towards the horse
Sure.
off the roof, like telegraphing that like there's like a line, like
Yeah.
like it's like he doesn't like fall in a straight line. He like kind of like falls for a second, then he kind of like drifts to the
It's
left
very Looney
and then
Tunes.
perfectly down onto the horse.
Right.
No, yeah.
They're like, good job, Jake. Right?
Meanwhile, it's like actually Linda Hunt is the stunt double there doing it, like, and then they just like, she's got a
Right?
talent.
Linda Hunt, actor and stunt double for small boys. That's good shit.
Dude, she, I guess, I didn't know this, but she like won an Oscar or was nominated for an Oscar for The Year of Living Dangerously. I had never heard of that movie. It's like an
Dude, that was her second.
Yeah, it's like an
movie.
Aussie movie where she plays
she
a dude
came-
or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to check
Her
that
first
out.
movie was Popeye. The Year of Living Dangerously was her second movie. This was her sixth movie.
But that shit's got Sigourney
Dune
and
was
Mel
her
Gibson in
third.
it, dude. Like, I want to check that out.
Check it
I
out,
will.
bro.
I will. I'm standing Linda Hunt, dude. I'm
Mel Gibson.
totally into it.
Oh, he's from Australia, mate. Check him out.
Male.
That's a lot of the cast. James Gammon was the
I love
outlaw
James
leader.
Gammon,
I
dude.
feel like I know him from a billion
Yeah.
things, but Major League, I guess, is probably
You do.
where I know him from
He's-
mainly.
Yeah, James Gammon, I would say probably Major League for me too, but also Wyatt Earp. He was also in
James
Idol
Francis
Benny's
Gannon?
Well, actually, you've probably seen this too, Carl. I gave a copy of Monty Walsh, a Tom Selleck Western, to Ben, and he enjoyed it. And James Gammon had a pretty big part in that. He played Joe Hooker, rode himself off a cliff with a horse.
he was in-
Anyway, whatever. That's a really good one. If you haven't seen
No.
that, you should check that out. I can also give you a copy of it. If you
I
like.
just forget that he was the redneck
What's
buddy.
that
in Natural Killer
iconic
too.
line buddy, I couldn't.
Mister, you can't have no idea how little I care.
That's a good line.
love
You
it.
couldn't have
It's so
no
damn
idea
good,
how
dude.
little I care, yeah. Only to be surpassed by, why don't you write that in the John?
There you go.
It's a Magnum line.
Yeah, there's a big like Magnum sort of meme thing going on right now. Like I see a lot of them where like people like, you know, your reaction when X happens, and it's like all these clips of Magnum like
Oh yeah, you sent that
fluttering
thing.
his
Yeah.
eyebrows and
Yeah.
smiling. It's great. It's really, really good. Anyway.
Well loved. We
Write
were
that in the
covering
chat.
Kevin Kline while you were talking to your cat. Do you have anything on Kevin Kline?
Well, I mean, I fucking love Kevin Kline. Hadn't seen much of him for a long time,
Right.
and recently realized that he plays Mr. Fish Odor on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh,
And,
dude. What?
And it's like, I'm like, oh yes. And then like you hear it and you're like, oh, of course it's fucking him.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Huh.
It's great to see him playing a little, you know, like he's usually a little more comedic, you know, like his
Yeah.
the roles he ends up in are usually a little more comedic.
Yes.
I know that's not like 100%, but in terms of like the movies I've seen him in, anyways. So it's cool to see like he's funny in this, like a little bit, you know, like the whole horse kissing scene and stuff.
That's
like,
great.
It's also really cool to see him play kind of a badass,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like
I agree.
you know, going after his hat, going after his guns,
Yeah.
going after, you know, like
Absolutely, man.
going after the horse, all that stuff. Like seeing him do that, like, you know, tough guy with like, you know,
Yeah.
this like unbeatable resolve sort of.
Yeah, because he can do it, and you don't get to see enough of it. Like we've talked about that with other actors, where we'll see them in a movie that we're talking about, and we're like, we don't see enough of this actor doing this type of stuff, right? So this is one of those instances, I think, where you don't get to see, because he kind of plays either funny roles or he plays this kind of, sounds a little derogatory, even though I don't mean it this way. It's like kind of doofy kind of characters that are sort of kind of have this absent-minded quality to it, you know, and like Dave, which I love.
Dave,
I know Chad loves that movie too.
It's a great movie.
You know, it's like he's kind of like that, but I don't know. Like this is just something different that you don't get to see a lot of him do, and I really, really like it a lot. You know, because he brings a very interesting take on it. Yeah,
You were mentioning the softness, and I was kind of like coming at it from a like, it wasn't so much soft as it was like warm, you know, like because you get like the Clint Eastwood style like cold hard power, and I wouldn't say that this is a soft power, but it's definitely like he's got like a warmth to him, you know, but he's also like not gonna put up with your shit, you know, like I don't know.
yeah.
No, he that's the thing. It's the thing with the dog, the thing with Linda Hunt, like he really cares. And actually he's just mentioned the thing that's super cool is the movie, like you follow him as he gets his stuff back.
Yeah.
And that scene where he like goes and he grabs that gun and he's like checking it out and he's all excited and he's like, I'll take this one. The guy's like, yeah,
No, you won't.
He hands him a gun where it falls apart.
Dude,
Oh my God, yeah, that was
montages and
great.
shit. Oh man.
He walks out with a
Yeah.
box of bullets. You're like, dude, load it before you go outside.
Right.
Right.
It's almost like they picked him over Costner for those parts, you know, and then like for the rest of the movie, they're almost like should be switched, you know, as far as
Yeah.
what they you know, the two Kevins like should like they got the Kevins wrong, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so yeah, no, you got hired to play this. Well, never mind. You go ahead and
Yeah,
do
you
it.
go, just
You know?
go ahead. But I love it, man. Even Costner too, man. Costner, I really liked as a silly kind of dude, you know.
Goofball.
More than I
Totally,
usually.
man.
I'm not a huge
I'm not
Costner
huge
fan,
either.
and like I appreciated seeing him do something a little more, you know, lively.
Yeah.
It's great watching Costner before he got super mega famous, because when he got super mega famous is when he got super way too serious and, dare I say, a little too ego
Yeah.
maniacal, maybe, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right. He's just like, he's just too serious for himself now. You know what I mean? Like everything. And it's like when you see him do these earlier roles, like he's really light and fun and really wonderful. And this is a great example of that, as you just said, you know.
That second making of part that you sent through auto played into a Costner interview today. Talking about
mine
Silverado.
too. Yeah.
And it was actually an interesting interview. And he said, he's like, I was really confused why I was playing Jake like this. I wanted to be the stoic hero because that's what I'd seen in all the Westerns growing up. And I was kind of like bummed about having to play this silly ass kid dude. And then he's like, as I started doing it, I actually was like really into it. So it was kind of cool. Even he was like expecting to be Kevin Costnering out and was kind of bummed he wasn't, but was glad in the end.
In that interview, Disney mentioned, I saw some years ago, I saw something where he talks about that scene where he shoots the two guys at the saloon. He sees it and he goes, hey, and he shoots them both. And apparently him and Kasdan disagreed on that scene. And he thought he wanted to be the stoic guy. And he's like, I'm going to shoot him and I'm going to put my guns away and look tough. And Kasdan was like, dude, that's a terrible idea. Yeah. He's like, no, trust me. And then they did it and he shot it. He's like, that's perfect. And Kasdan's like, that sucks. And then he said he went and saw the movie and he's like, oh, that was a huge mistake.
Sure.
meaning Kasdan was right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kasdan was right because it. And so when you see that scene, he looks like he just tries to look super cool, but it doesn't play.
Well,
and he says he's like, when I was in the theater, I felt that the audience wanted to like, you know, cheer for him. You know, him being like, hey, I killed the guys would have played better than they're like, oh, I'm a tough guy. You know, like, and it was like the audience wanted the win for his character. You know. Because he was saying that the audience went fucking nuts at that scene in the theaters when he was checking it out.
Well, I think like, you know, Ben was saying, like that lighthearted approach, like whether it was Kasdan that wrote it like that or Part Costner or whatever, like you don't really see that a lot in Westerns. No, so it was actually
very lovable,
quite refreshing. It was quite refreshing to have that kind of energy in the middle of like, you know, I mean, like living back then, like, especially if anybody here has seen American Primeval on Netflix, like it was.
This episode brought to you by Netflix.
And
this episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens and Netflix. But it really illustrates like how hard life was back then. And the more modern Westerns we see, we really do get a glimpse of how it really was back then, you know, and this is definitely not one of those situations, you know what I mean? But with everybody else being so grim, like in a Western, because that's the way they were, you know, it's like, it was really refreshing to see that kind of energy in this man. So I was really glad to see him doing that. Totally. I think that was a great way to go.
Yeah, I forgot that was on Netflix. It was one of those ones that I was going to watch, but it looks really brutal.
Yeah.
Dude, it is.
And I was like, I don't know if I have the energy for that right now.
If you're a Western fan, you got to watch it. It's that good.
Okay.
It was so good. I started watching it again right afterward. It's about
is it like Deadwood good or?
I would say so. It's based on the Brigham Young and taking of the Utah territory. So it's very rooted in reality, right? But there's an actor who's actually a Kevin Costner collaborator and friend, Kim Coates. He played the weird guy in Waterworld that was like Paper. Have you ever seen Paper? Everybody knows that guy, right? That's Kim Coates. He's been in he's done a lot of great roles. He's awesome. And he plays Brigham Young, and it is the best thing I've ever seen him do. That's Taylor Kitsch is in it. He is phenomenal. Everybody in it, phenomenal. It's such a good portrayal of what things were really like then. And it is brutal.
Yeah.
It is as brutal as it was then.
Well, and we've been getting a lot of those. I mean, Godless was really good. And
oh my God, that was so good.
Was it called The English? Which is Emily Blunt, I think.
I love me some Emily Blunt.
Ooh.
It's a good one. It's a good one. But those are, you know, they're not like this thing just looked real. And I was like, that's maybe a little too real. I need to be in the right headspace for that.
It absolutely is. Whoa. Hell yeah.
There's some really great scenery shots,
any-
man. I mean, clearly they did a good job with the New Mexico vibes here. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I think the one shot in particular that I love is the shot when they're coming back into town and the town's just like sitting there in the fucking sand.
I noticed
Great
the same
stuff.
thing. Yeah, when the four of them and then
Yeah.
two of them ride ahead and then the two of them kind of hang back to kind of do like a bro thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then like I noticed the same thing. I was like, man, it's just amazing. It's like this massive expanse of land and the town just looks like it's like somebody just like placed it on top. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like it's not like built there. It's just like it's a weird. It was weird. I know what you mean.
Totally.
I did read through a good portion of Let's Make Nuggets Not Fun, and there was actually quite a few good ones, a lot of cool technical ones about filming and costumes and whatnot. And one of the ones that I liked that was related to that, Chad, was just how Kaz, or maybe I saw that in the little doco that you sent over, Carl, was that how Kazan was saying that, at the time, a lot of stuff had been filmed in Europe because it was so much cheaper, but he was like adamant about filming it in New Mexico. And we already touched on building the town and all that, but I really dug that a lot, that sort of, spirit to do it here, where something like that would have actually taken place.
Totally.
That was cool to use more realistic locations. It's good stuff.
And how that ended up like opening the gates to 20 more movies that got shot in the same area with the same set and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Well, and also reinvigorate part of that, reinvigorating the entire genre, man, which was fantastic. We got so many great films and Westerns out of that, like Unforgiven and, all these other movies.
Yeah. Even like
I really,
Young Guns.
this, go ahead. What were you going to say? What were you saying?
No, I said even like Young Guns,
Yeah.
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
man. Because that came out in and around this time as well. I was a massive fan of that.
As a tween, I was big into that shit.
Yeah, it was really good. I think one of my only niggle on this movie, other than the sort of convoluted nature of the story / editing, was that, and I know they really weren't into it at this period of time making Westerns, was just how clean everybody was. It was
Sure.
like, I was like, man, these guys sure are clean,
sure look
dude.
purty.
Scott Glenn, not a bit of dirt on that leather. Not like face was like shaved with a Mach 5 Shreddy Krueger, It was smooth, man. Him and Costner both. They were baby smooth, man. I was like, okay.
He was dapper, man.
They had some dough. They were going to the barber, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one cool thing that was cool was the Lone Star. Not the Lone. No, God, I'm dead. The
Midnight.
Lone Star Salute.
I love that.
Yes. No, the Midnight Star was a
Yes.
functional set, and that's super
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I read that too. It was very cool.
When the first time Costner, sorry, now I'm really dead. Klein walks in, you can see the smoke in that place. You can see, like, it just, you can smell it, you can feel it.
yeah.
Flashbacks
Like, it
to
was
the
cool. It
old
was a good-
smoking in a bar when I was first getting into bars, man. Oh my God.
Oh my
You
god,
almost
dude.
stinking.
Oh.
I literally 100% saw that smoke like you just mentioned, and I immediately thought of being in smoky bars as a 20-year-old,
Yeah.
21-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
fucking gross.
Yeah. But the fact that it's a functioning, like I love when sets are built to that level where it's like, this is an actual functional thing. And I've seen that here and there over the course of all the films we've covered. And I really dig
That was
that.
a really
Yeah,
nice
I mean-
saloon,
Good one.
man.
It was a good saloon. No, but
Yeah.
it gives the. I mean, you would know better than any of us, Kev. But it gives the actors something to play in versus
Sure.
like
Absolutely.
a giant blue screen or whatever. Like it adds some
It is.
authenticity.
Oh, there's no question about it, man. It just adds more like sort of final layering when you're really creating a character. When you get in the space and throw the costume on, it's just like, wow. It just takes it to a whole nother level. It's awesome.
It's got to be good for the set builders as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, have like that blue balls of like is building something that's representational and walking away from it. You know, like you get to actually flesh it out.
Yeah, totally.
Those guys are amazing, and they are just so like unsung in that business, man. Like I even just like, working in Nantucket like I did, and it was not like it's Broadway by a long shot, but like just watching the set guys that we have do the stuff they did, it was amazing what they were able to do, and when you get into these movies, it's like these guys make really realistic recreations and all these different things, man. And they can make foam look like cement, and you'd never be able to tell the difference looking at it. It's just so freaking cool, man. Those guys are amazing.
No doubt.
Speaking of sets, how about that the first shack thing with all the bullet holes in it?
Cool.
Yeah,
dude, I wanted to see some Valverde gasoline explosion to that thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but like that was perfect. You just want to see the walls blow off of it, made out of paper. No, the
big, giant mushroom cloud gasoline
No
explosion
off of one piece of TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly right.
One actual piece of TNT to make it splinter apart. Like,
Yes.
And by the way, when we all die together, because we're all going to die together, or if we decide to like stop doing the show, that's how we're going out. Massive gasoline explosion.
Huge fun.
All three of
I
us
love that.
gone. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, no, that first scene, that opening shot, like when after he gets shot at, all that it actually felt like your screen is expanding as he goes out that door.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's very
Gets you
cool.
in the
You're
mood,
right about
for
that
sure.
because it's so claustrophobic in the shack. Yeah.
Well, it's not the
Yeah, that
same
was nice.
at all, but like I was a little bit confused. I think I got interrupted and had to pause it to like, I don't know, do something with the kids. But the scene where Glover's dad gets got at the riverbank in the daytime, and then it cuts to Danny Glover, and it looks like it's nighttime, but he's in a cave. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, he's in a cave. Oh, cool. And then it was just kind of like an interesting same. He came out of the cave, and it was kind of it was different. It wasn't like opening things up, but it was just like a juxtaposition, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, the cinematography was fantastic.
It was really good. Yeah.
I thought it was too, man. I thought it was really good. And I also liked, because, obviously it was legitimately cold. Like if you watched any of the behind the scenes or read any of the Let's Make Nuggets Not Fun, you really got a sense of what they were working with. And it was like intense weather. It was New Mexico in the winter, and it was very cold, actually. I didn't realize it got that cold down there. And so what I liked was that really came through on the camera. I mean, there was a couple of scenes where people were just breathing, and the clouds of vapor coming out of their mouths were so big. I was like, damn, dude, it is cold there. Like you could really get a decent sense of it. And I always enjoy that in a film, and you can really kind of feel the weather,
Totally.
Yeah.
through the visuals.
It's nice.
Really
Like,
neat.
back when stuff was shot on location, which you don't really get as much anymore. And
with film.
yeah. But it's like now you might get someone standing in a refrigerator to try and get that effect, or they're doing things to get that effect. But like,
Totally.
those guys look a bit miserable.
Oh, fucking A.
They did.
Well, it's like
Except for Jeff Goldblum.
He never looks miserable. One of my fucking bugbears, one of my like the trash cans are too clean gripes of Chad is like, I can't handle rain bars in scenes when it's like pissing down with rain, on the character, and then if you like look in the background, it's not fucking raining, so it's like the artificiality of some like weather effects. And it's like similarly here, like this is real, and it's not styrene fucking snow where you're pretending it's cold. You know what I mean? Like it just makes a huge difference.
This stuff's gross. Fake snow, so toxic, dude. Can't imagine breathing that in all day. Jesus Christ.
And it's crazy because
Yummy.
I have no idea whether it was a choice or not, but like it seemed like they were just battling the weather the whole time to make this thing.
Fucking A.
I believe they were, and
It might not have been a choice, but it was a happy accident, to quote a famous wallet artist.
That's location for you.
That's it.
Yeah, it is location for you, man. 100%.
Well, it was like we did, the other Costner film, we did Waterworld or whatever, and one of the things there is they like built an entire set, like it was like a $4 million set, floating set, and it got destroyed by like a fucking hurricane or something. It's like sometimes when best intentions, like shit gets pushed in, But yeah, right. We touched on it briefly with Goldblum, but like the costuming in this, each of the characters just had such interesting, somewhat unique, but also like not too unique kind of costume choices, like the leather jackets and the whatever. Fuck, it was just so good. Dennehy maybe in particular, but I don't know. Klein also had like a kind of a cool thing going on,
Yeah, I liked Klein's like gray, like waistcoat and
and his
sort
hat.
of dapper, the silver band.
Yeah, it was a little less cowboy and a little more
dapper.
I don't know,
Maverick.
Bon Jovi or something.
Yeah.
But,
Bon Jovi.
but I liked it anyways.
Oh, boy.
Totally.
With Ricky Sambora as Kevin Klein as Peyton.
As our
Ricky Sambora.
I mean, sorry, Richie.
It's his brother.
Oops. It's his cousin.
No, I like the idea of calling Richie Sambora Ricky Sambora.
I mean, that technically isn't incorrect, but I'm going to give myself.
No, it's not.
That is not a
it's
death.
like calling him Dick Sambora.
Yeah, totally. With Dickie Sambora. I like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Each one of them had a really distinct look in the costuming, and it was all good. They all looked great,
Is it weird that I kind of wanted like
really
Will
good.
Smith to randomly come out on like a mechanized fucking spider? I kind of like, maybe it was the Kevin Kleinness of it, but I just kind of like had Wild Wild West vibes there for a second. My favorite Will Smith song.
It stinks of your age.
Yeah,
It does. That movie was
the worst movie
cool
in
and
the
terrible.
world. I actually don't think I've seen that movie, but it was such a cultural juggernaut.
I don't know. I really love the whole like idea behind it and like the cool steam technology. Like that's kind of where it ends for me. Like the rest of it's like, and Kevin Klein, and then the rest of it's just like blah.
I watched it in the past 5 years just to see if it was as bad as everybody said it was. And I don't remember, which leads me to believe it was really as bad as everybody said it was.
I 100%.
I watched like 15 minutes of it once on HBO and shut it off.
That was it. Can't say I blame you. Any other bits and bobs with nugs, otherwise deaths?
I don't have any other nuggets. I think we kind of
actually
go.
I have two not related to this movie, but related to the cast nugs that fucking blew me away.
Oh, wait, I do. Yes, I have a couple.
But you guys might already be all over this. But evidently, Rosanna Arquette lived with Peter Gabriel for a few years. And
okay,
Your Eyes is about her, evidently. So the song Your Eyes.
What?
And Toto's fucking...
Rosanna by Toto.
Rosanna by Toto is
she doesn't
about
get two
Rosanna
songs
as well. Yeah. Two legendary fucking songs.
God.
I didn't know Rosanna by Toto, and it...
Wow.
Like, it's the yacht rockiest of fucking yacht rock. I love that song.
Well, she's kind of a captivating woman.
She is
so
captivating. But man...
Oh, yeah, she's got that quality. Yeah.
Your Eyes and Rosanna. Fuck you, Rosanna Arquette. Such a good song, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so good. Wow, that's a
So
good
there you
one.
go. Two
Very
random
nice.
Rosanna Arquette nuggets.
Two randos. I kind of said all the other ones that I had. I fired those off during the show, but the other one that I thought was pretty cool, not a huge surprise, but John Cleese's experience working with Kevin Kline on this film is why he specifically wrote the part for Kevin Kline and with Kevin Kline in mind in Fish Call Wanda. So,
oh, fucking A.
That's pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
it's a good one, right? That's a good one.
That is a worthy nug.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say there were actually a lot in the section, and there was a lot of really cool technical ones about costuming and how they did the town and how they built the town and all that great stuff. So it was actually a worthwhile read
Quite a bit.
for once. Because usually I just get so pissed I want to throw my phone across the room. Anyway,
Car. Yeah, totally.
deaths. Okay, let's talk about the deaths. Because I just want to say, like, we are back, all right, for deaths. Like this episode, and Carl, your
I'm at the top.
presence.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, you are at the top. You are at the top, number one, which is awesome. Not only are you at the top, I think you're at the top of the all-time guest death list because
that
you've
too.
got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna have to check the archives to confirm that, but. Also, we are back in
Karl
form.
Aguilar, a.k.a. the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
Also known as Son.
you got to
Son
mispronounce
of
his last name,
Porkins.
though. I think that's a thing too, right?
Oh my God, absolutely, dude. Carl the
I
Grim Reaper
thought I
Aguilar.
pronounced it right.
No, I know.
Also
I was
Son
making
of
fun of
Porkins.
Kev.
You said it right.
As far as
I
the
don't- I don't-
American, way to pronounce it.
I can't even tell you how. What did he say? You would have heard it a million times, Carl. Like, what did Kev say? Aguilar or something?
I don't even remember.
Aguilar?
Wait, his sound just cut out on me.
I don't remember.
I don't
Oh,
know.
there we go. We got you. Okay.
You're fucking dead.
You're fucking dead, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that we had some deaths.
All right, so anyway.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We had mad deaths. In fact, this is Carl. You should be proud of this. This is like the most deaths we've had in
A year.
Just a rough scroll here. I mean, we haven't had this many deaths since like
Some suspense.
Romancing the Stone or
Oh.
Red. I mean, those were like well over a year ago, and those didn't even match up with this. Like, this is the most deaths we've had in a very long time. So. Total death count, 12. We have not
Wow.
had 12 in a very long time.
That's a lot of fucking
So
deaths.
here's what we got. So it is a lot of deaths, and I was really on point.
You're on point right now. And dead.
I am dead. I am so all right. So 13 deaths.
13 deaths.
Last
I am
one was
so
a fucking
off point
strong.
right now.
Stacking up.
Last one was called a stroke.
Exactly.
I was saying I was very on point in recording the deaths. So we had Carl let us off even before we even got on. Who is Clancy Brown? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is.
I think that was even
is a
your
nuclear
second death, too. I
almost.
can't even remember what your first one was.
Oh, it was painful. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then as we first couple seconds of the show, I mispronounced his name, so I had the Karl Aguilar death. Then Chad ejected on the year 1985. Then I ejected on Pale Rider. Then I ejected on Scott Glenn. Then Carl had the Jake and Emmett's last name death. There is no last name. Chad then ejected on Something and Richard Jenkins. Then I ejected to Scrub the movie for Richard Jenkins. Then Chad had a fumbling around about Shout Out Mapes death. Then Carl, for his hat trick, had the Kevin Kline, not Costner death. And then I had I ejected on Shout Out Mapes. And then I ejected on, I gave myself a death for Ricky Sambora. And then I also had the stroke during the beginning of the death section death.
We all died listening to that list. That was a lot of
And
deaths.
before I get a murder, death, kill from the fans, it wasn't that I didn't know who Clancy Brown was. I just couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're still dead.
You're still dead.
But I'm still dead.
We believe that. We love it, but you're still dead.
Yes. Oh, I'm dead.
I mean, I never get a death for doing the same thing, and that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, but Clancy Brown, that's pretty bad.
He took a bus out of town. I meant to mention this earlier when you talked about bringing this movie to the table, and I just want to stay for the record, you're playing with fire with just how much of a magical cast this is and just how many of these actors are at risk of death because we're talking about them this week. And I really...
That's true.
It's playing with fire, man.
Well, no, but this week has been a big... We had 3 deaths this week.
been big.
It's not...
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So good spot to bring it up. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go. These deaths
Come
are
on,
brought to you
Reaper.
by Athletic Greens.
Come on, Reaper. No, you're the Reaper, bro. You lay it out. Who do we lose this week?
Let's see. We lost
Carl.
Ozzy. Well, I'll name one.
Carl.
We lost Ozzy.
Ozzy.
That was tough.
That was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big.
I tripped on that one pretty hard, and I didn't expect to because it wasn't a huge surprise. Like everybody knew he wasn't doing particularly well, but
Tough nonetheless.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah. He did get to go out, stoked with his performance. He got to go out on a high, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's a bummer.
He almost kind of got to have the Coming to America 2, King of Zamunda being at his own funeral before he died. Kind of
I didn't know where you're going with that, but yes, exactly that.
Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know. But
I don't know if it's true what I read, but I read that he had started preparing for his death like weeks before. Like he knew he was making the rounds, saying goodbye to like members of the original band and all these various different people, and it seemed like a very ideal way to go out. And he died very peacefully.
Died on top.
I was at peace when I heard that. I mean, not that I was
a bummer,
really,
but
I wasn't like
all
the
the ways
biggest
to go.
Ozzy fan, but I was still bummed out. He's an iconic guy, So to hear that he passed peacefully was really great,
Hulkamania is the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Hulkamania, dude. Like this guy, when I was a kid, I was just like, holy shit, Hulk Hogan. Who wasn't, right? I mean, especially like 80s kids, and it was like, I was like, holy shit, because like my buddy texted me like, oh yeah, Ozzy died, and then like 2 seconds later, it was like, oh yeah, we lost Hulk Hogan too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a
I know
bummer.
Thunderlips, man.
Heart attack.
Right?
The most tragic one though
who was the
was
third?
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Malcolm Jamal
Theo
Warner.
Huxtable, dude. Fuck.
What?
He went out for a swim with his in Costa with his family on vacation. He went out for a swim, got pulled out, and drowned.
Oh wow.
Oh,
He was
my
like 55
God,
or
dude.
something.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Yeah, it was fucking really rough. Like just a couple days ago.
Oh, that's fucking awful,
Yeah,
dude.
on
Because that guy's
Thursday.
probably about our age,
No.
man. If like maybe our age, a little bit older.
Yeah, I mean he's like
Yeah, he was a teen in the Cosby Show. Like shit,
he
dude.
might even be younger than us.
Might
Might
be.
be.
Well, not younger than Chad.
Not me, but
younger than us.
you old fucks.
Yeah, but I saw him in the Giovanni Ribisi thing, Sneaky Pete.
Okay.
You guys watch that?
Oh man, yeah, I heard that was great. I've been meaning to watch.
Yeah,
that
it's
for,
awesome. Except that
5
it,
years.
doesn't get renewed, and so it ends weird.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I mean,
One of those
it's not
things.
terrible. It is an ending, but it's just kind of funky. But he plays
Sure.
his parole agent, and he's really funny, really subtly funny. But he always calls him.
Sure.
He's like, "Are you going to be like a successful guy or a shitbird?" It's like
Right.
it's really weird. It's a really weird character.
That was really funny.
So that's a bummer, man.
The
And
way you said that
Mangione,
and your
too.
reaction to it, that was funny. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't believe it. I mean, obviously, we're gonna lose older people. It's gonna happen. Ozzy, that was not an unknown sort of thing. Hulk was a little bit more unexpected, but not,
Yeah.
you can understand
attack,
it.
he's
But
old.
like hearing
Fucking roids,
hearing
whatever.
that Malcolm Jamal passed
54
away
years
from
old,
getting
man. That's
pulled
just
out by
brutal,
the
dude.
tide,
With
dude.
his daughter.
That is just
Swimming with his daughter.
fuck, That's awful. His daughter died.
No,
as
no,
well?
no. He was like out for a swim with his daughter. He got pulled out, I guess, and that was that. It's fucking
My God.
brutal, dude.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Thoughts to his family,
Absolutely.
dude, and R.I.P. to Hulk and him, and to
And
Ozzy
Chuck
as
Mangione,
well.
too.
Yeah,
That's just losing them all, dude. It sucks.
and yeah, that's right.
So I
and
swear to
Chuck
fucking
Mangione,
God,
so-
Carl, if any of these cast members die, it's your fault, my man.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
That's brutal.
It is brutal.
What's the
That's not your
statute of
fault.
limitations on that? Like a month?
Yeah, I'd say like a few weeks, couple weeks.
It's about like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it would have to happen.
It's like 2 weeks.
over the next 3 days.
2
I think.
weeks.
But
sure.
311.
Weeks. There you
Oh,
go.
You got something? You got a
Okay,
nuggety
so we
Bob?
got through.
no, I do not have a nuggety Bob, but I was thinking about your guys' show. Next episode's 314. I'm thinking something pie related.
Oh,
Maybe the movie Pie.
Darren Aronofsky's
By
Pie. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude.
Or The Life of Pi, which I never saw, whatever.
Which one?
or
That, is
American
that
Pie.
like
Mm.
fucking tiger? And
That's
a
that one
bullshit?
with the guy and the kid and the tiger. I have no idea what it is. It's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be good. But the
Based on the book.
Aronofsky one is
Yeah.
great.
Aaron,
It's
that
own
was
thing.
my favorite flick back when I was a moody teenager.
It's one of the ones I can actually rewatch as opposed to some
It's
of
a
the
good
other ones
one.
which I
It's a good one.
don't
Yeah.
want to ever
Yeah.
rewatch.
Pie is not as bad as the rest.
Well, you know what?
I love how you're
mean,
making demands
the
too.
tradition-
That's very good. I like that.
Well, no, I mean the tradition has sort of been. We've sort of organically evolved it. Like we started asking the
That's true. Yeah,
Stallones,
we
like
did with
pick our next movie,
X.
right? And I think we did the same thing
Hardcore.
with Preston too. So yeah,
I'm down
pick
with
our
pie,
next
bro.
movie. So are you saying we should pick something pie related, or do you want to pick a
I was just
specific one
suggesting
for
pie
us?
related, but then you guys missed 300. You missed doing a 311.
We didn't miss
movie,
300. We chose not to do 300.
Yeah, we didn't miss that.
There's only so much
You could watch
slow-mo
300.
You
could watch 300 at
episode
double
series.
speed.
Yes, there you go.
You could watch it double speed in half the time. It's true.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was just thinking pie related, or one of these days you guys got to watch Shoot to Kill. Clancy Brown, free on YouTube. Can't really complain about that.
Dude,
I know.
I'm down.
jot that down.
I like it. Pie's a good flick.
It's right next to my grocery list and my coupons.
I hate to be a party pooper, but I've got some serious fucking cat drama going on.
Dude, just say goodbye and just bolt. Do what you got to do,
Yeah.
man.
Carl, thanks for coming on, man. Much appreciated. It was a good time.
Thanks for having me.
Ciao.
Yeah, no worries.
Recommendations. Benny had to step away. Bruce Beans is his cat has been having some issues with some roofers.
Yeah, I'll speak for Benny.
I imagine he would recommend. I would
absolutely
wholeheartedly recommend. As the most tepid of Western fans, it hits all of the notes. It's like, I don't know. You're going to get tropey shit in a Western movie, I would assume. Just like you get tropey shit in an action movie, or just like you get tropey shit in a buddy cop movie. And like, it hits all the notes, dude. The cast is fucking amazing. So like, why not? I just had never,
It really is.
never gotten to it. So thank you for recommending it. Wholeheartedly recommend.
I mirror Chad's recommendation wholeheartedly. Absolutely. Thanks for bringing this one to the table, buddy.
No problem. And obviously, I recommend. But then I've got the nostalgia goggles on this one. So, but solid cast, good writing, and now that you've seen it once, you see it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like the story doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
It's just about the
Exactly,
feeling,
yeah.
and like every time they get together, you're like, yeah, they're together again. Oh, they're separating again.
Yeah.
And the song plays
Yeah.
again.
No, but I mean, as somebody that's had this, on their list to watch for quite a while, and I don't have the nostalgia factor, like this movie holds up beautifully, man.
Yeah.
For, there's plenty of movies like, we famously did Snatch with the Stallones, and we were all like, what the hell happened to this movie? It's terrible. Right. But like this holds up beautifully. Contact, from the
Oh, don't get
mid-90s,
Carl
that held
started
up
on
beautifully as
Contact.
well. Oh, okay.
No, I watched it once. It was fine. There was some painful parts in the movie.
Sure. I understand that. There are some painful
But
parts.
actually, after listening to your show, I did. You guys always warm me up to movies, so I was like, yeah,
I
you know
like
what?
that.
There's some solid stuff, and the stuff you mentioned was good. And I only remember the beach scene at the end, and I'm like,
Right.
just kind of ruined it for
So
me. But
dumb.
like
Yeah.
all the stuff you were talking about, I was like, yeah, it's actually really cool. I mean, like Foster was a powerhouse in that movie.
Mm.
Totally.
I'm glad it warmed
I
you.
also
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think it came through in the episode that like I had a very different feeling about a lot of the characters and the movie itself in the 90s, even though I loved it. Now, I loved it equally watching it the other week, but I just had very different feelings about a lot of the different, characters and people in the movie. So it was that was an interesting one for sure.
Well, it was interesting because, Carl, you and I were chatting about your dislike for the movie before the episode was out. So then you obviously have listened to the episode and it changed the tune a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah, no,
And we do that too. I love the episodes where one of us is just like, this blows.
Yeah.
And then
But
by the end, I'm,
chatting about
it's
it.
like I kind of on Dr. Detroit, even
Yeah.
though that was a little bit more about me being tired, I think has been accurately pointed out, but there's certainly been films like that where like one of us has changed their tune completely, which
Well,
is great.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the thing that your podcast has really done for me is you've. I used to be such a grumpy Gus about everything, like, oh, that movie's not the best movie ever made.
Same.
Why would you watch it? It's wasting 10 minutes of your life. And like you've gotten me to watch movies that I'm not going to watch that movie. I listen to the podcast. I'm like, God damn, it does sound pretty good. And I watch it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? In the right headspace,
Love
that
that.
movie works, and like,
Yeah, I love it.
and so, but it's also changed the way I look at things. And like it happened around the time of like Obi-Wan, right? Like I watched it and I was like, wow, this sucks. Like this is not for me. And then and even like Boba Fett and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, Star Wars death. But the
Nice.
but it made me realize that, like, talking to all the young kids, I'm like, oh, these movies aren't made for me. I feel like I own them, but they're not made for me anymore. They're made for a different generation. And so like I'm just gonna stop being so mad about things and just appreciate that people are trying to make something.
Yeah.
Unless it's just some cash grab by the execs, and that you can tell when that's the case.
And we can just skip it. I'm like, fuck them, whatever.
Yeah, but that's a good way to look at it. You know, a lot of that stuff is not made for us. You know what I mean? But I think there's two things. I think that's a really good point, man. There's two levels of Star Wars. I think there's like stuff that's just not made for us, and then there's stuff that's just shitty Star
Cash
Wars.
grabby.
It's like, you know,
And I think
like,
Ben has been the one
like,
that taught me exactly what you're saying. Like Ben's opinions throughout the history of the show has been.
You mean Ben Higo?
Yeah,
old Ben.
Old
Ben
Higo.
Higo. Yeah.
Old Ben Higo. Yes, old Ben.
That
Higo.
coot lives up near Mos Eisley or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like he
the Dune Sea.
He changed. Yeah, thank you. That's a death. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. But he very much
talk about death.
You know, just like take it for what it is, and it's not. You know, like it just. You don't have to watch it. You know, like if it's like looks like it's gonna suck, like I'm just not gonna fucking watch it, and that's fine. You know, like it's not that complicated.
Yeah.
And then taking the thing for what
also,
it is.
it's
You know?
not.
I don't know.
And also just like starting to meet movies where they are. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
I'm gonna watch it and whatever. It's for me. It's not for me. But like you know, I'll talk to people about movies, and they're all excited about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like I get what you like about that, and maybe it warms me up a bit. And so it's cool. And it's great. Like the dropping of the algorithm in the ratings. Like it kind of that kind of coincided with about the time that I just started getting less aggressive about movies.
Yeah.
Like I remember
Totally.
in my 20s where I was like, I only watch foreign films.
Yeah,
black
sure.
and white.
Yeah.
I get it. No, look, there's like a. Let me formulate this thought properly. Nope, it left my head. Keep talking.
It was good. It
It'll
was like
come
a
back.
haiku.
It'll come back. Yeah, it was. No, it was good. Yeah, it'll come back.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Like, there's the whole idea of just taking something for what it is, right? Like there was one movie that we did in the last year that was. These two drove me fucking batshit because they took it way. Like, there's times when one of us will misinterpret a movie and it's funny, you know what I mean? And then we lean into it and it's great. Like I did that on The Void, you know. I was like, oh, this blows, and Ben was like, dude, it's supposed to blow, like, you know. And we had a lot of fun with it. But when we did National Treasure, right?
Yeah,
I love those
there.
movies. I have loved those movies. They suggested it. I didn't even suggest it. One of those guys suggested it. We all watched it, and I was just like, "God damn, great movie! Love the whole." These two, just totally unreal,
I couldn't do it.
totally unrealistic.
I couldn't do
Unrealistic bullshit. Bullshit. He's found the glasses and the brick. I was like, bro. The whole thing is like the fucking Goonies, dude, for adults. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that was a classic example of like, hey, let's not take this at face value. That was great.
Yeah.
And that drove me absolutely crazy. Yeah. That was interesting episode when that happened.
Well, that's what's interesting about.
Yeah, you got it.
Like, I try and go into as many movie and show experiences cold as I can. Like, I generally don't do trailers, and I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking hear anything until I get to see it myself.
Same.
And what that means is I'll watch a National Treasure and I won't get that it's Goonies for adults, and it just fucking sucks. But if someone just whispered that into my ear as I sat down, Goonies for adults, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Like, it.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it goes the wrong way, I think. And
Sure.
And to come maybe full circle, it's like taking the movie for what it is-ness, that idea, you know, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I fail at it, and I think National Treasure is a good example. You know, like sometimes you have that. I guess it's kind of like how we're hardwired. You know, first impressions kind of thing. Like we judge a person on their appearance in like 1 microsecond or whatever, and we have no conscious control.
Dude, we're
over
also
it or whatever. You know,
100%. But we're all nerds,
Yeah.
and this is how we learned to be nerdy, or this is how we were nerdy. There was only one way to do it, and it was like there's always a level of lording, right?
Yeah,
Over something or somebody. And it was like, that's that's from like 20 something years ago. You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
it's when your music,
So, like,
your iTunes music
to your
collection
point,
was your social signal to the world of whether you were or were not cool, you know? Whereas now streaming destroys that
100%.
or whatever, you know? Like playing a song that was
Exactly,
the best fucking
yeah.
song ever and only
Yeah.
cool people knew about the song. You know, like some really random ass, like, I don't know, Tribe Called Quest B-side that's like the fucking best. And then like now you go to a coffee shop and it just like comes up on, yeah, you're like in a coffee shop and it like
Yeah.
the song comes on. I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody in this fucking building knows who Diggable Planets is, and they do not know the Blowout. You know,
Totally,
and it's like
dude.
no one knows what this
Exactly
fucking song
right.
is. It was the coolest fucking song in the early '90s, and if you knew what the song was, you were my fucking best friend. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a complete social signaling thing.
Absolutely, man. What is this song, you ask? Why, it's a Japanese import, which you cannot get, which means that's the only copy in the entirety
Exactly.
of the United States.
You would judge someone by flipping through their fucking CD book, man. You know, like
totally,
man.
dude.
So yes, we were raised in that gatekeeping
Oh.
nerdosity for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, Chad, if did you make mixtapes?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Like
Oh,
I'm only
fuck
like 5 years younger.
I
than these
did. Oh, my
cunts.
God.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
definitely
Yeah.
made mixtapes.
Because
100%.
that,
That was
making
mega.
a mixtape for someone. Yeah, like
Big deal.
That
and
was-
even
yeah.
calculating like how you're gonna fit it, like what's gonna fit on what side.
Yeah, it was a
and-
generational love language mixtapes, dude.
Oh, I know. And like I didn't love the movie, but the book High Fidelity talks about that.
Mm.
Oh
and he
my
gets
God,
into
yes.
it deeply, and I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, yes, like how you're gonna like build up and come down and like then you share it with someone. And you're like, I recorded these songs off at the radio.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a great nerd
That was a
voice.
good nerd
I
voice.
like it. No, that's true, dude. But that was the thing is, and it was love. Like you could make a mixtape like for you and your buddy,
Yeah.
and it's like you get in the car and you're like, bro, I made a mixtape, and it's like, dude, everything stops. Like
Yeah.
that, whatever this adventure is, just became about this mixtape.
and
Like
then
everybody
you listen to
knew
it
how
25
serious
times,
it was.
and then the song that follows the song right now, everyone knows it's this other band, other song. Like you expect the next song, and then when you hear the fucking song randomly 20 years later, you then also remember the next song. You know, you're like, oh, and it brings you back to the moment.
Oh my
and
God.
like, yeah, 100%.
Or yeah, that happens, and then you're poor and living in a small town, and your cassette player breaks in your car with REM Green stuck in it.
Oh my God.
And I had two options: FM radio in a town that only played country,
Or light your car on fire and get a new car.
or REM Green, because I couldn't get the tape out. It was just it was new. I popped it in, and that was it. And I tried pliers, I tried everything, so I could have
This is
it
the worst.
out and not on or on. And people were like, "Really, you're gonna listen to REM?" I'm like, "Hey, man,
That's
it's
all I
that
got."
or country music."
This is what it is.
It's
You should have
REM.
put it was like you should have put a sign on the side of the car that said "Come listen to REM."
But you would get so sick of
Those are
I would
great.
imagine you get so sick of it potentially, and then
Yeah.
maybe now it has like this like bittersweet nostalgia or something. I don't even know.
Probably. I think. Yeah.
Where did you grow up, dude?
Central California in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nowhere land.
There's a lot of middle of nowheres in California.
Yeah, I mean
that
nowhere,
people
Big state.
anywhere.
People
town
think the whole
USA.
state's like LA. It's like it's not like
Big
that,
fucking
dude.
state.
There's so much like just empty space there.
Yeah.
It's great.
No,
yeah.
it's any town USA where there was a country station, and that was we had an antenna that was like 30 feet tall. My dad had installed, like me and my
Yeah.
dad installed, and it was like it went up like 30 feet. And it was like 10 feet wide,
Hell
15
yeah.
feet
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
and we were able
Yeah,
to get
dude.
3 channels out of LA.
Yeah, wow.
And that's like 3 hours away, but like we were able to get 3 channels, and that was it, man. And if
That's an impressive feat.
and if Magnum PI was on, you're gonna watch Magnum PI. And,
Fucking A.
Damn right, dude.
and if Gilligan's Island, the people would be like, "Is Gilligan's Island any good?" And I'm like, dude, it was the only thing on.
It's the only
So,
thing
yeah,
you
it was.
watch.
That was
Yeah,
it, dude. That's
I don't
it.
know. It's just such the restriction of availability of music and culture and movies and shows. It was such a formative thing for our generation, man.
It was.
For maybe all generations up until the internet generation, really.
the seeking and the waiting,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff, learning how to keep yourself occupied, like all those things were important. Like I really went on a thing about that on the Terminator
Yeah.
episode, just like the whole idea of like seeing the trailer and then my buddy's dad being like, hey, you guys want to go see this movie? And just like that whole experience, you know, and like these, I feel so bad for the younger people today. It's like they just
Oh yeah. I mean, well,
Don't-
like you'd see,
don't get that.
like you go see Rambo in the theater, and then you're like, oh my god, that was so amazing. And then 4 years later, it's coming out on VHS, and you're like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I finally get to watch this thing twice. I hope it's just as good as I
Yeah.
remember. And you have your two
Right.
VCRs set up, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this one somehow they managed to make it, so I can't get a copy.
Yeah, no
Oh my
doubt.
God.
And so you
Well,
keep it
right.
for a week, and it costs you like $50.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now it's
100%,
like
yeah.
you don't even have to go to
And
the
then you
theater
don't
'cause
rewind
it'll
it.
stream in like two months, and you can just fucking watch it. Yeah.
Where it's like if there's something you want to see in the theater, you got to make sure you rush and see it quickly, or it will be gone.
no
man,
doubt.
You know.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man. I don't know. It's just such a thing.
Yeah. You know what? Let me let's wrap this. We need to wrap.
Yeah,
this
let's
up.
wrap it up. Well, next week.
Chad, what are we thinking about for next week?
Well, as mentioned a little while ago, Carl recommends Pie for Pie Day. And it's in keeping, as you said, with, the Stallones getting us to do that crazy ass hardcore prostitution movie.
Yeah,
which was
hardcore.
really interesting.
Yeah, that was
So
crazy.
I'm down with Pie. Dude.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was
Pie.
George C. Scott.
So let's
Yeah,
do-
so
let's do
guest.
that.
Okay, so guest has
Guest's
picked.
choice.
Guest has picked the guest's choice. The next episode will be episode 314. So we're gonna do Pie. So there you have it, starring Mark Margolis. That's going to be excellent. We love Mark Margolis. So watch the movie and then listen along. I'm so glad you came on the show. This was awesome. Awesome show. Great deaths. Like we've had so many interesting people on, and it's been fantastic. And a lot of them have been listeners of the show, and it's like, it's great. And thanks for bringing the movie to the table and all that. It was an absolute pleasure.
Well, thanks for having me. Really, really appreciate you making the time. And I really appreciate the stuff that you guys do.
Awesome, man. It was great
Thank
to have
you.
you, dude.
Yeah, we love doing it. So from all of us to all of you, this is us saying bye.
Bye.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes, you can do so in your podcast app of choice. Order a website, ebd.fm/episodes/313. Is that right?
Yeah, dog.
Yes. Additionally, we'd like to take a second and thank everybody for supporting and tuning into the show and supporting us by tuning into the show. Also, the people that have given us money on Patreon, left us reviews, and just talked about the show and spread the word naturally as gospel. We really, really appreciate it. So for anybody that's new that would like to do that, those are the ways you can do it. You can help us out directly on Patreon, tell people about the show, and of course, write us a review. That is massively helpful. And that's about it. If you'd like to join us on social, we're on Instagram. The handle is @EBD Podcast. Thank you for joining us for Silverado, and special thanks to our guest, Carl. And we'll see you next week for Pie. That's it. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop it, do it.
I would like to say before we start, Carl, as a longtime fan of the show, thank you for listening and supporting us. It is great to finally meet you in quasi-person, and I'm excited that you came on the show, man. When Chad told me that you were coming on, I was like, dude, awesome, man.
Nice. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Chad, you want me to start the track again so it's easier for you to trim?
Just go. We'll cut out all the slop later.
Yeah, it's not too hard to align.
These guys can tell what you're saying by looking at the waveform.
This is true.
That's right. We're like Jedis with the
Yeah.
waveform now.
Did your software sync it up for you?
No.
Chad, you know what? Chad's like that guy from Contact, man. He's like the blind guy from Contact, Bill Fichtner's character.
Yeah, dude.
You can just hear it, man. And he's just like, wait, Benny's 1 millisecond off.
Hang on,
just
hang on.
Bit. You know, that's how he rolls.
Oh yeah. Speaking
You
of
know,
which, Sam Elliott, no mustache in Justified.
And the one that I should have remembered of all of them because
And it
I named
freaks
my
me out.
son after the character is Roadhouse. He doesn't really have a mustache in Roadhouse.
Yeah, but he's got like
Does he not? No, dude. I'm going to give him a mustache. Like I live in the universe where he has a mustache, which is
Yeah.
the same universe where
I like your universe.
I love it.
where
no. I'm giving it to him.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, that's the universe I live in, which is the same universe where the quote is, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not, I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I reject your reality and insert my own.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bombada, why? I mean,
I live in the universe where Jaws smiles and his
Yeah.
love interest smiles back at him and she's got braces. you
Yeah.
know?
I live in that
fucking
universe
A.
too.
Yeah.
it's called
Yeah,
Valverde.
there's a couple of those. Yeah. That is what it is. It's Valverde, dude.
The distinction for me is less the mustache being the sole facial hair on the face and more the fact that the upper lip is camouflaged and not visible. So like
Yes.
I appreciate that Sam Elliott doesn't
that's
have a stashy stash and the funky bash in Roadhouse. But the fact that I can't see his upper lip is the thing. Because like I have found that when
It's
you
true.
see someone who's always got a stash and they shave, you're like, whoa, you look like a different person. Like that's the thing for me. Like, I don't know.
And their upper lip always looks like it's like 10 inches long.
Yeah. And they all
Yeah.
look like they're 4 years
Mine,
old.
mine does.
No, dude, I'm telling you though, Justified, he was tight shaven and it was freaking me out the whole time.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
Really,
That's what I'm saying.
it's
You talking about
really-
Justify the show?
Yeah, Justify the show.
Dude, I have never watched that. Only bits and bits
It's
here and there.
the modern.
Holy shit.
What?
I just looked, I'm looking at a picture.
Yeah,
It
you
is
look at
a
that.
thing.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Take your time.
All good, mate.
Wait, let me go over there. Hang on. Oh, wait. I gotta
The
get
thing,
this.
you know what the thing is that I find, like you said, like the upper lip looks like it's like 10 miles long.
Yeah,
That's one
dude.
thing. But it also, everybody who's had a mustache for a while, myself included for sure,
Yeah.
your eyebrows look
Whoa.
1,000 times bigger.
What?
Whoa.
Like if you can
Holy
see this picture that I'm looking
shit.
at, like same thing with
Yes.
like Tom Selleck. If you see Tom
Yeah,
Selleck without a
dude.
mustache, his eyebrows look gigantic.
Yeah,
All right,
no
Benny,
doubt, no doubt.
dig this. I'm looking at the picture of Sam Elliott in Justified, dude, and you're right. His eyebrows do look huge. And in a couple of these pictures,
looks
if
like
you
a
painted his
fucking
face
old turtle.
green. Hold on, dude. If you painted his face green, he would look exactly like the Grinch in the original animated
Dude,
Grinch.
totally. With the little like, with the little lip thing. Totally, man.
Right, dude? I mean, come on.
It's like a little
dude.
beaky,
Holy shit.
beaky lip setup.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's like a beak.
I love that.
Yeah, dude.
So
No,
fucking
Sam,
hard.
that's not even. That's Stan Elliott, dude. That guy. He looks nothing like him, and I hate it.
Stan
I hated
Elliott.
to see him.
Stan Elliott.
I had to watch that show, and I was like,
and your goddamn Christmas.
Carl, don't eat the big white man.
and it's crazy because he shaves it tight. Like he shaves tight every fucking show, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I like that he's on TV, but I don't like it.
Yeah, bro, you're ruining the vision, man.
You
You're
like that
ruining
he's
the
on TV, but
fantasy.
you don't like that his mustache is not on TV.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I mean, they must pay him extra for that shit.
Right?
Dude, come on.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
maybe he had to
has
donate it to,
clauses in his contract about his mustache. There has to be.
or maybe something happened to like Selleck's mustache, and they needed the to do like a graft or something.
Like the literal dark matter from the
Yeah.
mustache to do like. For
He was the
for
only
somebody
man
else.
that
Yeah,
had a mustache
totally.
of that type, and it matched
Yeah.
this other
Yeah.
guy's mustache
Tom
type.
Selleck had fatal mustache, critical mustache failure.
Critical
Sam Elliott had to
It's
mustache.
like when the grapevines were dying,
So
they had to
fucking
graft
good.
on another man's mustache.
Exactly, but it worked
CMF.
well with Sam because he can grow it back in like 2 days.
Yeah, dude. I would even say that's long. I feel like he could be like, I'm gonna go take a leak and come back with a stash.
Yeah, that's true.
Just one bite of the white
That's the
mint,
thing.
you're done.
That's it.
That's
Don't
it.
eat that white
Exactly,
mint, man.
exactly.
It's like eating mushrooms, man. It'll take you places, you know. The
The big white mint takes you for a journey, partner.
That's right, friend. You pissed on my face.
Wash it down with some sarsaparilla.
Dude, speaking of pissing on things, last night my boy was like, oh, and I went into the bedroom. He's like, I need to go pee. And I was like, okay, man. And like I took him down and he was just like sleep wandering into the bathroom. And then he lifted the lid, but then it fell out of his hand and just closed the main lid, and he just started pissing, and it was just like all over the top of the toilet. I was like, bro, what the fuck, man? You know? It was just like a fucking water fountain.
Good times, dude.
Great.
Yeah, dude.
Thank
My
you for
my son sleepwalks, dude. So like,
Does
I
he really?
wake him up and he's not really awake. Yeah, I wake him up to pee and he's not really awake. Like it's like a whole freaking production, man. Did you mention? I thought I saw in the thread. Do you have young kids?
Yeah,
Or
I have
do you
one
kids?
kid, 10.
Nice.
And he doesn't quite watch the movies that Chad's
Not
kid
yet,
watches.
anyways.
But
I know. Mine don't either.
He's too young
Chad's
for
special.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I think.
Yeah,
me too.
They did okay with that one.
Jesus, dude. What you had him watch the OG
No,
Nightmare
no,
on
I
Elm
didn't.
Street?
No, I didn't. No.
Dude, that's the one movie I watched that whenever it first hit video, because my
Same.
brother and I used to watch all that shit. That's
Same.
the one movie that
That
got
one
me.
fucked you up.
And I had
Yep.
nightmares for like a year.
Yeah, no
and
doubt,
nothing
man.
worse than
Me
a
too.
Nightmare on Elm Street nightmare, because you're like, you wake up and you're like, well, I guess I'm not going back to sleep because Freddy will kill me.
That's exactly right.
And then you're like, wait a second, am I in another dream within a dream?
Dude, Inception.
Totally. And as a pre-show nugget, which I'll mention later, Amanda Weiss, who played Tina in Nightmare on Elm Street, is in this movie. Who I had a massive crush on as a
she's
kid.
pretty
She
fucking
also
cute.
played Lane Meyer's
Beth?
girlfriend in Better Off
Beth.
Dead. Yeah, Beth, totally, dude.
That's what we're the whole time we were watching it. We're like,
It's Beth.
Wayne.
Yeah.
I know you and Beth broke up, and I was wondering if you might be okay with me asking her out.
I forgot about that, dude. So good. So good. Oh man. All right, let's get this train wreck going.
Let's get this party started, bro.
Yeah.